Welcome, stretch runners. Here with my good friend Chris Walsh, and we have an exciting day planned for everybody with the Pimlico Late Pick 5 carryover kicking off in about 25, 26 minutes. And we also have live racing from Woodbine, Gulfstream, and later today, Golden Gate and Santa Anita. Chris, welcome. How are you doing?
Good, Oldy. How are you, man? It's been a little while. You were on hiatus. I was with Justin. Then you're back, and
Yeah,
it's good to
and
see you. Good to be here.
good to be good to be here with you. Glad we're having the opportunity and got some luck to have our friends at Pimlico have a crazy day yesterday and give us a carryover. So that's always exciting. There's some quote unquote free money there to be won.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
There is. I
and
see you've
I
got your
know
ticket up.
I have my ticket up. I know we have some vastly different opinions here. If you want, I'll go through my ticket first, and then we'll talk your ticket as well, which I would think you'd probably describe as a value play, knowing the way you're going to play a ticket, correct?
Correct.
All right. So my ticket, and I actually like the one of the horses that scratched out of here, but I ended up adding back the 7, who was the first choice. Um, is 0 for 11 with 5 seconds, and I have a feeling it's going to be over bet, but it is the first choice. It's also the um, 38%. It is moving back down, was claimed at this level and ran decently well against similar SOR for Brittany Russell. I don't know that I expect it to run better than it did for Brittany Russell for Solomon here. So, you know, I I do have some questions about this horse, which is why at 38%, this horse is not a single for me. And well, and an 0 for 11, I wouldn't necessarily single that horse anyways. I'm also using the second win percentage, the first time starter, uh, the 4 for John Robb, who I'm using another one of his horses later as well. I believe he's 26% with first time starters. Uh, This is a pretty weak field as well. So, I think that this horse would be my top choice right now if I had to pick a choice.
The 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on the 4.
Yeah.
This is a good spot to put a first time starter in. I
Yeah.
don't like the
That-
7 at all.
and this is a weak field, and it looks like the 5 got bet out of the gate. I don't necessarily know much about this trainer. It is 19%. The horse is 0 for 6, but decent GSR, second choice, third win percentage. Only one other effort at the distance, and you know that was the last time out. And this is second off the layoff as well, so I expect the horse to improve. And those are the 3 I'm using there. I believe on your ticket, you want to go through the
Yeah,
horses
so
you're using.
I'm 1459 here. Don't like the 7 at all. I'll take the first time starter and the second choice plus the long shot, and I give a little bit of a look to the 9, who obviously the bettors like to because it's being immediately bet down.
Yes. And so I'm interested in the fact that knowing you as well as I know you, that you use the 1 here
Yeah,
because
I'll put the 1 in there. I mean, it's got a 3-star work. The trainer isn't bad. I mean, Sheldon Russell riding. So I mean, do I expect it to win? No, but can it be one of those ones that starts off the crazy sequence with a price? Sure. They when they put these things in the condition book, they don't have. It doesn't say this is the start of the pick 5.
yeah,
That's the racing secretary that gets to hand us these types of fields. So
yeah.
and they usually put the first one is the hardest.
Well, for me, what surprises me about you I'm not surprised because it's the long shot, but I'm surprised you're using an 0 for 28 horse.
Yeah, Correct. This is like the one time of the year where I'm going to use the over 28 and make a note and say, don't use that for the rest. I don't think I've used one this year, and we're almost halfway into the year. So, yeah.
Well, I hope it works out for you. For my sake, I hope it doesn't. But uh, that horse is not being bet at all. It's actually at 16-1 right now. So,
hmm
um, and obviously that's a product of being 0 for 28.
Yep. But the seven's not getting really bet either. The first time starter is,
Right.
and
And the
the 7 is 0 for 11 as well.
the other horse I'm surprised that I would have thought would be a Chris Walsh horse possibly is the 8, the second time starter, because I know you do love second time starters.
Yeah, I do. I'm just not a fan of this combo here. I mean, 5% trainer, 17% jockey.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it looks like they put up a bug last time as well,
mm-hmm.
and it didn't help. But
No. And look, that horse is wheeling back pretty quick too. What was the last race?
yeah,
5-7, 3 weeks, a little
yeah,
less.
3 weeks, it's not bad.
No.
But it has not worked since then. And
No, I wouldn't expect it to work. I mean, it's going out and training and jogging and cantering and doing all that kind of fun stuff, but that's about it.
so let me see if I can remember which horse I wanted to show you here in this sequence. There's a hurdles horse in here on the turf. I believe it's in this race. Let's see. Hold on. So
Did it
race.
run it? Did it run at Moncton?
It did not. I know you're also known as the Moncton Capper, but no, it did not. It's the 2, the long. No, it's not the 2. Hold on. It was the Kerry Brion horse, the 3, which is 18%. I'm not using it. I actually looked at its last 2 starts were hurdle starts where it just stopped and stopped
Hmm.
running altogether. And they put it on the shelf, but still, I look at this and that doesn't show up in E. But I look at that as a horse that I want to avoid, that there could be something wrong with.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so second leg. Hold on one sec. I really do actually have to cough, and I don't want to cough into where all the listeners can hear it here.
All right. Well, Oldy coughs.
I'm back.
One
Go
thing
ahead.
I did like that's coming up right now is a 2-6 double at Woodbine.
All right, let me pull Woodbine up here. We can finish handicapping this after Woodbine. Sorry, just checking my screen to make sure it's working right. I'll just pull it up and have it ready to go in a minute here. But you're saying the 2-5?
2-6.
2-6 double. Okay. So Woodbine.
Yeah,
race
this was
3.
one that I think that on the chat this morning, the folks were asking about is the 2 is single.
Yeah. Well, the question is, how good is the 7?
That we're going to find that out for sure. And the next race, I like, obviously, Sophia's been on fire as the bug. So we'll take a little bit of that action too.
Yeah, and it's turf. I mean, the question is going back to sprinting. I mean, the 7's possible here. That's about as vague of language as I could possibly give. You know, I'd probably take that shot there instead of the 2. If it were me, I'd be 7, and I haven't looked at the 6. Hold on, we're going in the gate here, so let me get this up for everybody.
Umniat, gate 3. Bedazzle Me, the last start winner, Friends for Life back in action. And the field almost right. Friends for Life is one. Flores has gone in. They're all in and locked up. Away they race. A very even break across the track, and Bedazzle Me and Friends for Life share it as they broke. Omniat in the center. Over on the inside coming through, Tipsy Moon in no hurry to go for that lead, and back behind is 4570 tracking. So cat and mouse tactics early between Tipsy Moon, Friends for Life. They're the top two as Tipsy Moon goes out in front leisurely, out 2 lengths.
Leisurely.
On the outside, Friends for Life.
Leisurely.
Up the rails in third is 4570. In between them, Omniat. A length and a half away last.
So the 7 could have had that lead and just
Guy on top on Tipsy Moon by a length as the
decided
pack
to pull
descends.
back
Friends for
after
Life's had
a
a wide
sharp
trip
break.
and coming off the inside, 4570, and just behind them, Omniat. At the back is Bedazzle Me. So any of the 5 at this stage, as it's 4570, putting the nose in front of Tipsy Moon. Friends for Life are
Seems
half
like
away on
that's
the
gonna end up
outside.
being a
Bedazzle Me
mistake.
coming into it easily. Dropping to last is Omniat.
He's still choking the
4570
horse
on the
back.
outside. Tipsy Moon, the
Even
rail.
around
They
the
engage each other by a length to
Just go
Friends
away,
for
one.
Life, who's pushed along. And Bedazzle Me right behind them, coming home well. And as they corner, goes up for the split in the center. 4570 on the outside of Tipsy Moon, tackled by Bedazzle Me. And as they come down the stretch, then Friends for Life, still a chance. But down in front, it's in the center. 4570 on the outside, Bedazzle Me reaching deep.
Never
Bedazzle
explained
Me's
that
hit
to
the
me
front.
why
4570 the inside
you would
rallies. 4570 back in front.
do what the guy
4570
in the
the
7 did
inside.
in that
And
race.
4570 too strong. Kazushi Kimura another
Good call.
winner. Bedazzle Me second,
All
back
right.
the neck.
That's
Couple
3,
away,
I
make it
think,
almost 3 to
out of
Friends
3
for Life, then
races for
Tipsy Moon and Omniat.
Chimera.
124.39.
That's not surprising. So let's see, what is that paying? 9 to 1. We'll
Yeah.
take it.
Definitely.
All right.
Let's
You
get
wanna
back
go?
to what
Let's-
we were doing.
Back to Pimlico. Okay.
Yep.
We got Gulfstream in 9 minutes.
Yep. All right, so let's go back to Pimlico. Leg 2 of the pick 5 carryover. We're significantly different here. I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're 5, 6.
Yes.
You know, both of us took the 5. My concern on the 5 is the layoff.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You know, the horse belongs on turf, ran well at this distance against similar when it broke its maiden, and then they moved it up against Way Too Good. You know, I think we both agree that neither of us like the 1, even though there's a positive E morning line angle and it's the first choice here. It just does not seem like a turf horse based on the GSR, and
Yeah.
you know, I just couldn't use here.
No, me either. I was not about the 1. And some of this for me too is that when using EquinEdge, if it doesn't have the fire on there, that means those top 2 aren't really on fire. So
it's not surprising after yesterday though, when you know, they had a 75 to, they had multiple 20 to 1 horses in the sequence and a 75 to 1 horse. So
yeah, it usually takes it a day or 2 before you can get, you know, just I think they had 8 races yesterday or something like that, and even if all 8 don't fail, sometimes it can still stay on fire. It all just depends on how many days it's been and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't like the 1. Like I said, I think, what did I use here? Just the 5 and the 6 here.
Yeah.
And that was it. And you know, the 5 was the obvious choice. And like you said, the concern is the layoff. I did give the 6 a bit of a look here as a long shot that could potentially upset. It's a 10% horse, and it's got 1 win. I can't remember. Let me pull up my.
Yeah, this entire field has 1 win, so that's
yeah.
And you know, I used both those horses, but I also added the 7, who's top pace, and 17% in the second choice.
Yeah, the only other thing that I can tell you about the 6 is it is top GSR. And it's run 1 race on the turf, not hit the board. So we'll give it a little bit of excuse. It's another one that's coming off a layoff as well.
My thought on adding the 7, by the way, is if it runs this 428 race that it ran at Aqueduct, it wins here.
Yeah, I can see
And,
that.
and I'm not going to get 26-1 here, but it is making a pretty significant drop in terms of claiming price, if not SOR. And it does look like it's the speed of the race. And then the 8 was a little interesting as well. Only one other turf effort was against 52s, much better than this, and ran better than you see all these dirt efforts since then.
Yeah.
As well. So I thought the 8 is probably live here in a horse that I had to use as well. And I'm the 8's straightly a GSR, and first time doing something, as well as a SOR of last time it ran on turf for me play.
Yeah. No, that you're not wrong there. I mean, what about the 2, the long shot?
The long shot, I didn't like this horse at all.
Yeah, neither did I. I mean, it broke its maiden one back, and that was at Colonial. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of layoff horses here, right?
Yeah, this horse was a big layoff, as you said. Was in for a lower claiming price at Colonial, didn't run well. It's not that it that there was trip trouble either. It just tired and just wasn't good enough. Does get a 5-point GSR bump, but I looked at this horse in GSR plus. It does want the distance, but I just don't think this horse really is all that talented.
No, it'll be back at Colonial, I'm sure.
Yeah. And let me show you one other thing here. The 1 wants to sprint.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And we got 3 minutes to Gulfstream here, but we're just slightly different here. You used the 7, I did not. The E second choice in leg 3. But
yeah, this race is made for Kenny. All first-time starters.
All first-time starters. The reason I didn't use the 7 here was the dam on the 7, it has 0 winners, and obviously 0 turf winners as well, or dirt winners. Doesn't same sire as the 1, but going off the fact that this dam has not been very successful, was my choice point between the 7 and the 6. The 6 has 5 winners out of 5 starters, and also 1 stakes winner. So I went with the 1, and the notes on the 6 seemed to make it sound like the 6 was ready to roll as well in terms of the workouts.
Telling me I sound like a telephone.
Like an old telephone or a new telephone?
I was just reading the chat. It said, am I using a new mic? Let me see if I can fix that. Actually, are we going to go to Gulfstream?
We got a couple more minutes here, but we can finish this up after Gulfstream. We just got to watch that time carefully because we're going to be running into. Did you have any thoughts on why you include on the 7 real fast before we switch over to Gulfstream?
I watched the workout. I liked it a little bit better than the rest of them. I mean, this race, everybody has a 3-star workout, so it's hard to put a lot into that. I think a lot of people on bigger tickets are going to go all here. So just trying to get a piece and get out of it as best as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, this is where that's where I thought I could go narrow here, though, and eliminate a horse based on pedigree. And also, I mean, the trainer, I think, is is 6 winners out of 125 starts at maiden special weight was the other reason I tossed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
No, I mean that's solid handicapping there. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't argue with any of that. They may not win, but you're still solid in what your approach and your opinion is there, and using the tool to help you get there along with some other stats, which is
Yep.
always important.
So let's move on to Gulfstream really fast here, as they're going to be loading soon. Did you have any thoughts on this race?
Yeah, I like the 6 here.
Like the 6, Glorious Wave, 5%, third time starter, first time synthetic. Does look like it's. So is this a horse you saw at Tampa?
No, I like that it's got the bug. It has nothing really great on the works, but I did watch the replays, and it did have some minors, and it's coming off first off the claim for the new trainer here.
Yeah.
So thought we'd roll with that one.
Okay. I was looking at this 10 here for Cassie, moving back to sprinting on the synthetic at 7-2 and 24%.
Sure.
And also this first time starter, anytime you see a first time starter like this, or even this, why is this 52%? Anytime you see the system with double digits on a first time starter and it's sitting at 6-1, it at least gets my attention.
All right, I'm gonna switch my mic. If I get screwed up here, I'll exit and come back in.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. It's actually way better.
Hello? Okay.
You're a little
All right.
bit.
Is that better, Scott? Scott will let me know.
Hello, Joe. Hopefully you guys are all winning money today or alive on your tickets. Yes, and please,
Thank you, Scott.
as Buffalo Mike said, please hit the like button for us as well.
Yes. We like it when you hit the like button.
The horses are approaching the starting gate.
We get more winners the more likes we have.
Yes.
Hey, did you say that we were better than TVG? Is that what you said today on Twitter?
Well, yes, multiple times.
I bet TVG would argue that point with you.
Well, they can argue all they want, but we are better than TVG, at least at the handicapping and the entertainment portion.
Yeah, we're just not really good to look at. That's all.
Yeah, no, I know, but we're not going to obscure the odds on the horse to show you.
Are at the gate. It's now post time.
To show you what the odds are in a game that airs at 9 o'clock tonight.
Rainbow 6.
Yeah, sometimes that's all I watch it for, just to know what the odds are.
With Acquired Taste as an odds-on favorite here at 4-5.
So Santa Anita is mandatory on Monday.
Second choice is the DJ stable representative.
I don't know the answer yet, but I did talk to Justin about possibly doing a show Monday just for Santa Anita.
Waiting for Crazy Cat Cousin, and
but
from
he's
the
not
outside,
sure if he'll be back
Marpin.
in time. And obviously we haven't cleared with Scotty yet, so.
All right, after this, we go right to Pimlico.
Gate.
Yep. And we got to finish up our.
They're off. Level beginning. Soon after the start, Crazy Cat Cousin hunting an advantage early from the inside. Acquired Taste from the outside. Glorious Wave. He's the top three. Moving on the far outside, Acting looking to get over. Down at the inside, as she is Royalty. Splitting horses goes Luminant with Empire Girl.
Probably
deep on the course is Marpin, and Samurais Don't Cry is last. Around the far turn they go. Crazy Cat Cousin has the lead. Acquired Taste worked into the clear from second. 3 wide, Glorious Wave now third. Luminant fourth at the rail, followed fifth by Acting, 2 in front of a retreating Empire Girl. Then it's Marpin. Far back are both at Samurais Don't Cry, and she is Royalty. They move past the quarter in 22 seconds flat. Here's the gray Glorious Wave.
Go, Gray,
way out
go.
the center, but now a clear leader. Back to second is Acquired Taste, not finding much under pressure. Acting down the center for a slice. Final eighth of a mile, and Glorious Wave has a clear lead. Acting is up into second, but nobody reaches Glorious Wave. Glorious Wave and jockey Michael Hernandez.
All right,
we
we'll
got-
take 7-1 there.
Let's just finish up real fast here on the while we wait for them to get in the gate here. So you are this is the race leg 4 is where we're the most different.
Yeah.
I'm 1-5-8-9 and you're 5-6 here.
Yep.
And you know, I actually really like the 9. I think it was here. Let me see.
Shasta Star.
Yeah, it has some really nice 5.5 and 6 furlongs, and I thought there was a lot of speed here. I did take the 1, and then I took the 8 and the 5 on the 8 and the 5. Yeah, the 8 and the 5 on the front end. I'm trying to hurry through here, and then you took the 5 and the 6. I do see the 6 is got 2 victories at the distance.
That's the reason why. And Mandala Joy, I know this is another layoff horse too, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, I believe.
And so I just wanted a backup for that.
Yeah.
Shasta Star, you know, give the horse some respect and whatnot. I'm just trying to dump the favorite here and get out with the 5 and the 6. I should like Shasta Star because I spent a great deal of my youth up at Mount Shasta in California.
And then you were, and I gotta load this up here, but
Hey,
you were.
hey, Tony, I had that 6 before you came on, but good call too.
You were 4-6 here. I'm 4-6. The horses I really liked in this race scratched out.
Yep.
But I'm 4-6, and I thought the 8 was fairly interesting as a second-time starter, moving from a low percentage trainer to a high percentage trainer and dropping in price as well, and taking a significant SOR drop. So I was looking at that, and the E morning line also really likes it at 3-1 versus 10-1 on the E morning line. I know we're about to go off, so I'm rushing my mouth through this as quickly as I can here.
I saw a big $300 and some odd ticket on Twitter that had the 8 with the 4 and the 6, but just figured Captain Obvious. Turn the sound on.
Oh yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Boss just taking that second spot. Then it says
Falling down
started
in my
Tipsy
producer
Tourist
functions.
and Watch Me Disappear racing in 5th as they pass the 5 ace. Super JoJo's on the far outside, and turning the field is La Santa Clara. La Santa Clara last at about 6.5 off that speed of Tulip Lil. 4 furlongs left to go, and
we were right
Lil is
that
leader. Thunder Boss a half length behind in second.
first-time
Length and a
starter
half
was
more.
definitely
Watch
ready
Me
to go.
Disappear. Super JoJo trying to work forward to 4th under a bit of a ride. Tipsy Tourist
Need
SK's
that
Heart.
7 to
And
go
last
away.
is La Santa Clara, less than 3 ace to go.
Well, I'd like the 7 to
Tulip
go
Lil
away
is
too at
still
this
there.
point.
Thunder Boss fully ridden. Watch Me Disappear, the main danger down the
Yeah,
outside.
good.
And followed by Super JoJo and Tipsy
7.
Tourist to the
I mean, the
inside
5.
into the stretch. They
Yep.
turn for home, and it's Tulip Lil just holding. Watch Me
4 should
Disappear on the
tire.
outside. Now they're in even terms to the final furlong. Watch Me Disappear. Watch Me Disappear. Tulip
Maybe
Lil
not.
to slug it out head to head. Tulip Lil's come back. Tulip Lil, Watch Me Disappear with a 16th left to go. It's Tulip Lil and the X-Man. Tulip Lil to take it 2.5 from Watch Me Disappear. Thunder Boss is third.
That's a small
Tipsy
boom,
Tourist
but
fourth.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad, but go back to that race on pull up EE on that leg.
Hold on, let me make sure I turn the sound off. I've many times left the sound on, and all of a sudden you get the track announcer there.
So this is leg 1.
Yeah. I'm speeding back there as fast as I can. 27%.
Yeah, this is another one where if you really, I know it's easy to say when the race is over, but you can really make a solid case just to single the 4 here altogether.
Yeah.
Just based upon what you're seeing. I mean, you saw the 5 run decent as second time starter. There were 3 other second time starters in the race too. I mean, if you look at their win percentages, they were all 4, 4, and 3. And the 1 beat all those, the long shot. I mean, the one ran fairly decent. Pick up another check. That's not bad. But you could see how the 7 and the 5 were the only other 2 choices, and like try and beat the favorite. I mean, this was a great race to try and beat the favorite.
Yeah.
Even though it was 37%.
Yeah, no, and I kind of feel like the horse that in the next at Gulfstream too, that there's a possible beatable favorite. I mean that I think it's like 60-something% there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that I was on the class, doing a class last night, and one of the things I was talking about is identify where your beatable favorites are, and use
Yes.
that to evaluate whether you should be playing the sequence in the first place.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And if not, if you don't like it, it's not in the correct order for you or whatnot. You've got doubles, pick threes options, and things like that you can work around with it.
Yeah, and if you think you have to use too many, one of the other strategies I talked about last night was if you think you have to use too many horses in the first race, play a pick 4 instead.
Yes, but I mean the thing with Pimlico is that all the money's going in the pick 5. Pick 4 is not going to have any money.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general, if you're going to use, there are cases where you're going to use 6, 7 horses in the first race, that looks wide open, and then you catch the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So why not either you only use the favorite, like I know you would do, or drop the favorite as you would do, or you skip the sequence altogether and you play it as a pick 4,
mm-hmm.
and you're able to use more horses elsewhere, so you don't miss the more likely bomb that might be out there.
Yes. All right. What do we got? What do we got next?
We got Woodbine race 4 race 4 in 8 minutes, which is a pick 4 if we want to put a little Woodbine pick 4 action together at that 20-cent denomination.
Well, let's just play for $1, make it fun. What race does that start in? Woodbine pick 4 starts in
pick
race
4, yeah.
5?
Race 4. It should be race 5. Try the Canadian pick 4 and pick 5s that start in weird spots.
What is like race 8? Are they running Appaloozas so they don't want it in there?
No.
That was crazy that on Preakness Day, the last race of the day was Arabians.
Yeah, I did see that too. And there was also, at Derby Day, there were a bunch of marathon races for closing day at Oak Lawn and at Turf Paradise, I think it was, where they were running like 15, 16 furlongs.
Ugh.
All right, so
like at Moncton, they don't even. Those are like, that's how they work. They work 15 furlongs. And they race for like 28.
Yeah, well, they also cross a road.
Yeah, I know. People complain about the crossover at Santa Anita. These people cross a paved road that they put dirt on.
As they should. So you think the 6, just from guessing with your pick, with your double here, you think the 6 is a single here?
Yeah. I would give the 6 as a single here. I mean, Sophia's been on fire everywhere she's been. I think
you got to take a look at where Kimura is if he's here after he's won the first 3 races, and he is. So
he got to lose sometime.
Yeah, but I like the 5 a little bit, too. So let's. And I have this at $1 quantity. I'm not actually going to play it at $1 quantity. In fact, let me fix that. Let's just play it that way. Yeah, I'm good with this. I could play this. but I haven't looked. Let me just look real fast here. I'd probably single the 2 here, even though it looks like it's a stopper. That would be the only thing that would keep me from singling this horse, is that the 2 in race 5, it looks like it just likes to stop. So if I'm looking here, I'm not going to use the 1 for 14 horse, whose only win came on the lead.
Yeah.
But I would consider using the 1 for 2 horse who rated in a bunch of horses that don't seem to want to win.
7 in race
Yep.
5.
And I would add the 1 here.
1's got good works.
Well, let me just see if there's anything else I like here, or if I'm just going to spread. Go for 10. Not in the top picks. Low GSR, don't like. So I'll take the top pace over 2 horse there. And then to close out, let's see here. Well, this is 5 a single. Maybe this 5 is a single at the end.
Silent Fortune. Last race, Woodbine. Two
It is off a
stars.
layoff.
Yeah.
I do not have Gail Cox's numbers off a layoff in front of me, but you know,
Is that Pete's brother, the trainer?
Is it whose brother?
Pete, you know, the transportation secretary.
EquinEdge?
Yeah.
All right. Why is Tina tired? Don't like this horse. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Don't like that one. I'm going to play it like that. And now I'm at $18.
Six,
I could
2,
easily-
6. I'm looking at your ticket now. 1, 2, 7.
I mean, I could easily add in that leg since I'm going narrow elsewhere. One, 2, 7.
I'm going to play your exact ticket for
4, 5, 6.
60 cents.
8, 9.
And that's going to cost $24.
Yeah.
I'm going to single the 6. 6, 1, 2, 7, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 1, 5.
Yeah, I'm just
60
going to play for 20 for now.
All right. Well, we had a 7-1 winner. If I can get this 6 home here at Woodbine, that'll be 9-1.
Yeah, we still got. Let me pull up the. There we go. Now the screen's back.
Do you look at Churchill at all?
I did
I know
not
you
know.
can't.
I only had time to. I actually had a customer emergency call at like 9:30 this morning. Could you jump on with us and figure out what's going on with something? So, yeah, that limited what I could do this morning. To
You
just
should've told
getting
him-
the show prep done.
You should have told him no. I can't. It's Friday.
Stretch run day.
Yeah. Let you guys know. All right.
I feel like that's a decent pool for a pick 4 at Woodbine on a Friday afternoon, with just us
Oh,
betting
yeah,
into it.
it'll come. It'll go up.
But no, it's still a decent pool at 20 at a 20-cent denomination.
Sure. Back in the day, that was a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Early pick 4 pool at Lozelle when I used to race on Thursdays. You know, I looked up the other day, Memorial Day last year at Santa Anita, and Memorial Day 15 years earlier at Hollywood Park, and it was crazy the difference in terms of pool sizes and things of that nature. I mean,
Crazy,
last
like
year,
it's smaller or larger now?
well, it's just nuts. I mean, I'm looking at it right here. So last year, Santa Anita had a 4-set on Memorial Day. I don't remember what the carryover was, but they handled 4.5 million in the 20-set pick 6 pool. It paid $889. Similar winners, again, at Hollywood 15 years earlier, they had non-carryover on a regular holiday Monday card. They pulled in 1.3 million in the $2 pick 6, and it paid 37,000. And when you look at the superfecta back then, that was $1 bet. There were no 10-cent ones. They had handled 224,000 versus 88,000 for the super last year on the same Monday. And last year it paid $13.13, and the Hollywood one paid 15 grand. The dollar pick 4, again, didn't have 50-cent levels back then. 681,000, and last year the 50-cent pick 4, 524,000.
So similar to what the Golden Hour has built to now.
Yeah, the Golden Hour doesn't handle 681,000.
It's usually around 500,000 these days. Some days, maybe not on a Friday, but on Memorial Day, I would think that it's going to be pretty good size.
Well, I can look.
And let's all wish Malcolm good luck. It looks like he's heading to be in person at Lone Star for a contest.
That's the only way you can bet Lone Star.
So Malcolm, hopefully you can still hear us, but DM me or text me on Twitter and let me know how you're doing too, or send me a link to the contest page so that I can follow the results.
All right, Oldy.
All right,
Getting ready to
let's
go
beat
off
your
here.
6. Actually, let's get you your 9-1 payout here, but
Thank you. I'll be right back.
all right, you enjoy that smoke.
I will.
All right, let me get you guys up on the audio here.
Placed forward now, followed along by Nova Fola. Victory March comes up. Alongside is Gunji. Waiting for there appeared to be a hiccup in the gate there with Hip to Your Tricks, waiting for that runner to be settled again. Horse 4. Rider out the saddle. So a delay with the load there. Gunji just waited with as Hip to Your Tricks is backed out of the line. Gunji looks well, has gone up at a big price. Boxer Brief draws gate number 8, has gone in. Lamaki Force for Declan Carroll in the orange. The white cap for Patrick Husband's Stubborn Streak to the outside gate. And Hip to Your Tricks was pulled out of the line. For
So
gate
did
4
they
here,
just-
Hip to Your Tricks.
Well, looks like he's going back in.
Getting a leg back up. Kevin Nichols for number 4, Hip to Your Tricks. The longest shot on the board.
He does
Proving to
not.
be a little cantankerous.
That horse does not want to race.
Outside of the favorite,
Yeah.
Victory March. You're getting very good odds of around 5 or 6 to 1 or better. Hip to Your Tricks.
Well,
the
you
other
didn't
one
miss
out.
anything because we have a horse that does not want to go in the gate, and of course
Is
it's
it-
right in the middle. So if they scratch it, we got to unload and reload this entire thing.
It's not Quality Road, is it?
So waiting for horse 4 to go back.
It's the longest
Bodie's
shot
been
in
the
the
gate the
field. too.
longest. Now back in the saddle.
Oh
Keve
yeah, that
on
looks fun.
Hip to Your Tricks. Kevin Nichols and Hip to Your Tricks called up again.
He's got those feet out so he can get out. And now
Yep.
he's putting them in.
Goes in, they're all in. Locked up.
If I'm lucky, he'll take the 5 out. and take
He's
the
already
6
off
out.
the horse.
Ian Ross running to get the button to send them away. And they're
Now
off.
he's back on, I guess.
And bobbling a bit was Gunji, and dipping out was Victory March towards the back early, and going out in front of the center is Nova Fola by a length to Hip to Your Tricks. Swath on the inside. Stubborn Streak got out well, but Victory March has caught up good ground to go to 4th. Gunji's also descending towards the lead and coming through. Love the Game and Bodie on the inside. In behind them in the early part is second last Boxer Brief, and on the rails, Lamaki forced the trailer. Going out in front, Swath for Kazushi Kimura. 3/4 Victory March goes up strongly within a half a length now. They've gone out 2.5 clear. And racing over on the outside, Nova Fola being passed by Bodie going to 3rd. Love the Game on the inside. Ahead of Hip to Your Tricks, backpedaling. Then Gunji. Stubborn Streak is wide. Boxer Brief and Lamaki force the trailers. 3/8 from home and Swath
Looks
in
like
front.
this could be
Victory
the
March
end of
poised in
Kimura's
second.
streak.
Right behind them is Bodie, a length and a half
Hopefully.
away 3rd. And 2 lengths away came Love the Game coming off the inside. And then Nova Fola as they corner. Swath on the inside. Victory March. And back in 3rd, Bodie fanning wide. Boxer
Maybe
Brief's running
not.
on well down the extreme
Oh, if he
outside.
does, it's
But
gonna
getting
be-
away is Swath by a couple of lengths. In second placing, Victory March. Boxer Brief finishing with a wet sail. Gunji up the inside. Bodie still
Finishing
there.
with a wet
Out in front
sail.
is Swath. Bodie rallying and down the outside. Boxer Brief. And then
Come on,
came
rail.
Lamaki
Rail.
Force. Boxer Brief coming on the
Hold it.
outside. Boxer Brief and Swath. Boxer
Yeah,
Brief
we
has won
lost.
it from Swath and Lamaki Force, and back 4th Victory March from Love the
I was
Game.
going to say
Time
to
is
throw
1:18.76.
the whip over the rail, but I just couldn't get it out of my mouth in time. Well, there was some excitement, but not much there.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Let me get the audio off here. Here we go. All right, so we have the Gulfstream late pick 5 coming up. We're about 4 minutes from that. Let me pull the right ticket up here. So they're off the turf. It is sloppy. You have a 63% horse in the first race in Majestic Pharaoh, 1 for 6. You know, looks like the type of horse who may need the lead. But, you know, could get it as well here, but there is some other cheap speed here. I added the 6, who's not in the E top choices, the Antonio Sano horse, because I thought this horse had a chance to rate a little bit off and possibly capitalize if there is a pace duel. And
Yeah, the 7 has good wet form as well.
I mean, the 7
think this
probably
is-
wins this race. I was just trying to find a way to make this thing pay in case, and the 6 was I like the 6 a lot better than the 1, who I thought needed the lead.
Yeah. I mean, I may just bet this 7-1 exacta and take the 5-1. I mean, that's
I
what the
think the
system likes.
I mean, the 1 is 1 for 12 with and seems to like 3rd rather than 2nd. I
Yeah, I
would
see
point
that
that
too.
out. You know, in the second leg, I'm 4-6. I did not like the 2 here on the synthetic on the surface change. And the 2 is another horse that I think needs to be on the lead. He just doesn't ever quite pass a horse on the lead, and I don't really trust Sammy Camacho Jr. here either. I really like the 6, the second time starter for Saffy Joseph. No way in heck am I getting 7-2 or 6-1 on this horse.
No.
Also, it's the long shot, and I use the 2 Saffy Joseph horses here, the E top pick and the long shot. They're both
The
lightly
one,
raced.
yeah, Duke Skywalker does get a little bit of improvement.
Yeah.
In terms of the wet GSR.
And if I escape these first 2 legs, then I'm 1-3-5. Again, you can see I'm using the lighter raced horses here, who also happen to be a high percentage. The 3 and the 5 are the top 2 choices, and the 1 was the E long shot originally when I put the ticket together. The 3 is 2 for 3 at the distance and been facing better.
Yeah, you're
But
not wrong there.
But may need the lead, and that's where either if the 1 gets the lead and he stops, the 1 is fast, just hasn't proven itself at this level yet, or the 5 can rate and get there as well. And then, race 4 here, there are 2 41% horses. The 2's really, a Saffy Joseph horse that just blew the doors off people. In its maiden victory, I don't know how good that maiden group actually was. The 4 almost won the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and is shortening back up, gets a little GSR bump. You know, is a horse that similar in wet GSR as well. The 6 is the long shot, coming off 2 wins against similar SOR competition, a little bit easier, but still a horse that could run well here, and has shown tactical ability both to win on the lead and off of it. And then there was a workout report I liked on the Pletcher horse, the 5.
Yeah, I did see the note on the 5. That does look pretty good there.
Yeah. And even though the wet GSR does not indicate it, practical jokes are usually pretty good in synthetic, non-synthetic, and sloppy races.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the pick 5 here. I'm just going to go with the exact try.
And then the last race I thought was a mess, coming off the turf. But
yeah.
I would consider potentially singling the Saffy Joseph horse, getting a 12-point GSR bump, going from sprinting to routing on synthetic, second time starter for Saffy as well, top GSR, top win percentage, E second choice. And then the 2 is really interesting as well because it was not going to be all that interesting on the turf, but moving back to synthetic, has a good effort on synthetic, and low percentage connections. Obviously, you're going to get a decent price on. The 3 is the long shot, also a second time starter, big GSR drop though, over where it was going to be for the turf here. And I skipped the 7, the 11. I used defensively, but didn't really like on the synthetic. I mean, the only thing I like about it is that it's dropping a little from 40K maiden optional to 25K here. And then, I probably used too many of these horses defensively. The synthetic effort here against 48s wasn't great, but, did actually really run and had some start trouble. So if this horse gets a cleaner race, that effort might finish decently at the end instead of having to rush up.
Yeah, you get decent pace too on that 11.
Yeah, decent pace for the 11. I don't really like the 4 here on synthetic. This horse has been stopping on the turf. Didn't run well on synthetic last time out. So, that for $120, that's where my ticket is. We're loading in the gate. I just caught it in time. And I will get you guys out to Gulfstream.
Waiting for the race favorite, Majestic Pharaoh. On the outside.
And then we have to get right to Pimlico.
Renegade.
All right. The action is heating up.
And they're off. Majestic Pharaoh was away quickly, but not quicker than
I guess we're going to
Ticento,
find out if
who's
the
on
7
take over.
can rate.
Ticento to the top. Up on the outside, Majestic Pharaoh is now second. Duke Skywalker is third. Action Dream comes away fourth ahead of Runaway Tom, and Allagash Run is last. They make their way to the half-mile point. Majestic
I think
Pharaoh
every Tom
running
should be
forward,
known as Runaway
not
Tom.
on, and he's now 2 in front of Ticento in second, with the Duke Skywalker racing in third. Up to the outside, that's an improving Allagash Run outside of Runaway Tom, and Action Dream works ahead of them through a 22-2 opening quarter. Less than 5/16 to run now, with Majestic Pharaoh in front 3.5. Action Dream is now second. Ticento is back to third. Allagash Run, Runaway Tom, and out the back now is Duke Skywalker. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. Majestic Pharaoh dominating to this stage. You went an opening half mile in 45-4, and he's on his way home. Majestic Pharaoh 4 lengths to the good. Action Dream tries to take up the slack second. Allagash Run, Runaway Tom, and Duke Skywalker are next. Final eighth of a mile. It's still Majestic Pharaoh clear. Up into second now. Runaway Tom rallies for a slice, but at 3-5, it's Majestic Pharaoh who's in front.
Gone. Yeah.
Majestic Pharaoh to win by 5 in the end. Runaway Tom second. Duke Skywalker third. Fourth was Action Dream in 112-3.
5 ruined my plan there.
Yeah. The Duke just wasn't that good. The Duke of Skywalker.
No, he was not. So what are you here? I'm 5'6". You're what?
5, 6, 7, 8.
That's how the Laverne and Shirley show started.
Yes. Shemizel, Shemazel. That should be the show motto.
Stepping onto the turf course.
Yeah.
Race 6, jackpot, super high five.
Justin, we have a new show motto. It's Shemizel, Shemazel.
We had to start there. We had to use that song. What the hell is the name of that song?
The only lyrics I actually remember are "We're gonna do it." I can hear it in my head. I just can't remember the rest of the lyrics.
No, while we get together here.
I did get the sound on. Okay.
Making all our dreams come true. That's the name of the song.
And approaching
Seems a
starting
little
gate.
presumptuous to me.
Yeah.
Well, either the batters are incredibly wrong about the one, or we're wrong. Can't have it both ways here.
No. Okay.
The horses
Get
reach the
this
starting
Ken horse
gate.
in. And let's get the 6. You have the 6, right?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. The Laverne and Shirley formation.
Mm-hmm. See, look at the pick 4 pool. 28 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll go up a little bit because they'll get a ton of money in at the end.
Blueberry pie.
He seemed way too happy making that announcement.
Yeah, maybe he just had some.
Osa.
Come on, you don't get insight like this on TVG.
Feminista
Nobody's sitting there saying
Heartburn.
that the track announcer seemed way too happy about saying the words blueberry pie.
No, never.
A lot of class, little sass. Toss a coin.
Daniel.
Poet in my heart.
That's hilarious.
All right, Daniel, that's all right.
There are lots of
Nothing wrong.
shows like that.
Proper
Nothing
storm.
wrong with that. Can you do Happy Days too, Daniel, or just Laverne and Shirley?
That one's not very difficult, though. It's Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days.
Whatever, Delaney.
Yeah, it's like the George Harrison song. This song is just 6 words long.
Yep. Or it's just the same old
And they're off.
song. It's a different feeling since you've been gone.
Poet in my heart first to respond, along with Blueberry Pie and Heartburn right there between them. And Queen Temperature will settle from the rail. And they're followed by Feminista. Outside of Feminista comes Dulini. Toss a coin, angling over to the inside. And then it's back to a lot of class. Lil Sass is next in line. Osa's second last position, and Proper Storm trailing the field. Heartburn and the outside Poet in my heart. Heartburn and narrow
No,
lead.
the
And
Pie
the
is
first
getting
two
a good
in the
trip.
roll, the neck in front. Outside Poet in my heart continues to track alongside in second. Blueberry Pie is in third. Feminista is in
Cheap
fourth.
Speed is
Here's Queen Temperature
taking out, getting rid of my 7,
fifth.
though.
And Delaney and Toss a Coin. And
Yeah.
Lot of Class, Little Sass is next. And Osa and Proper Storm trailing the field. About 11 or 12 lengths will cover them. Opening quarter 24.21 for Heartburn, the head in front. From Poet in my heart.
Still a pretty
They
slow
continue
pace,
1-2 with Feminista out in the clear. Queen Temperature's keeping up down to the inside through a slow 49.10 half mile.
Still with
Heading
the
off
9
the far
wins.
turn run. It is still Heartburn. Heartburn, Poet in my heart. Heartburn a half in front from Poet in my heart. Queen Temperature.
I just don't want the 1 to
inching
win.
closer. Feminista's on the outside, and between
Come on,
horses
Blueberry
there
Pie.
is a Blueberry Pie. Well bunched at first 5, and next is Toss a Coin is swinging into action on the far outside. And the
Tractor
pink cap.
Beam's going
They
to
race to the top of the stretch with a quarter to go at Pimlico.
No, maybe not.
And it is Heartburn now the leader. Outright leads it by a couple of lengths, and Feminista targets on the outside. Toss a Coin continues with momentum. A furlong left to go. Toss a Coin.
Come on, 6.
Toss the coin from Heartburn out of the inside. Proper Storm from dead last. Proper Storm has made a big move for the back of the pack from last third, now second, and targeting Toss a Coin. Toss a Coin as Proper Storm fights on for the place photo. Toss a Coin, and Caramonis to win it. Proper Storm, big second there, and Heartburn was third, and Blueberry Pie fourth.
See, he wanted to say that way too much.
In at 52.33.
3 to 1 ended up going off as co-favorite. The 8.
Yeah, you get a lot of odds shift there.
But the 5 was
you're
actually
right.
a heavy favorite in the pick 3s. They were all pretty equal in the doubles. Moving on, though. Now we get to find out if our maiden analysis is spot on or spot off.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next?
Yeah, Daniel, when I get a chance to ask Lenny and Squiggy, I'll let you know. Very nice, Tony. You seem like you're hot today. All right. So let's get the sound off. Get
8576.
back over here. We got a few minutes. We got about 11 minutes to Woodbine. We got a little break here in the action. So let's see what else is coming up here that we can't show. Looks like we just missed Belmont. Let's see if they actually went off. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they're
So Woodbine's the next one up, and it's not for 11 minutes. So let's take another look at that race.
There's a square in that race.
Yep,
The two.
the pace. I have a hard time with a 10% horse that's 1 for 11 being 2 to 1.
Yeah, and I have a hard time with the jockey on that particular one as well.
So what do we know about this jockey?
I just know it's never been good for me.
So you have Camara on the 7, who's 12%, sitting at 12 to 1 right now.
7. Yeah, that'll change.
So, if this betting were to stay the same, why not a 6-2-7 exacta box or something like that?
Woodbine, race 5. What else we got here? Anybody with decent
Or
looks?
Or you throw in the long shot and make a try out of it.
What number's the long shot?
The 3. The only thing I like about it is the jockey trainer combo is 29%, but I believe that's 3 out of 7 or something like that. That's why, yeah, it's 3 out of 7. So small sample size.
I do like 7 to 1 on the 6.
Yeah.
Just broke its maiden after 13 races, 14 races.
I mean, my concern is it probably needs the lead, but it could finish in the money.
Probably needs a race too.
Layoff. Yeah, all these Woodbine layoffs. I mean, the 7's really interesting to me. Regardless, the 3's already gotten 2 races in.
Mm-hmm.
But hasn't, was running against better too.
Yeah.
And this might be 3rd off the layoff and dropping into a more reasonable spot. And getting bet as well. That's my thought. Let's put maybe a try together here.
I'm back with you on the 7 though.
All right, so let's see how we want to play this then. I mean, do I want to use a 1 for 14 horse on top, or do I want to take the shot on and I'm answering my own question out loud, with the horse that's 1 for 2, shown it can rate, has a little bit of speed as well. And you can see the only question would be the class.
Mm-hmm.
But you could do something like that for $6. Or you could go narrower since it's 20 cents and play it larger.
I like the 7 on top.
I mean, this 4 isn't terrible. Does have the bug up as well on the 4, so be sure to note that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only horse I don't like at all. Like, I
Which
mean,
one?
it's playing out the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Why the 5 is 9-1 and the 4 is 19-1 makes no sense to me.
I will tell you the 5 has a 3-star work.
But look at these results. I mean,
I know. This group ain't that good.
11, almost 11 lengths, over 10. I mean, the last time this horse didn't lose by more than 5 lengths was in October.
And then we
And
should wait
that
till
was the
October
exception
for
to the rule.
October
Yeah.
frost.
And also, that was on turf, and this is on synthetic, even though it does have a better GSR on synthetic. But last time it ran this distance on synthetic, it lost by 10.3 lengths.
Mm-hmm.
Needs a pace breakdown, it looks like to me. Yeah, I'm going to run with this. Is my trifecta, and 7. If the 2 or the 6 beat me, the 2 or the 6 beat me, I guess.
You got to draw the line somewhere, right?
Yep. Yeah. For sure. You have to make some decisions and have an opinion and all that good stuff.
We really going to get 12-1 on Trinity Park, or are the odds just going to crater?
Well, let's keep an eye on that, because that might be a win play show possibility too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to pull that up for us and give us that opportunity. Why wouldn't we take it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've got it ready to roll.
7 looks good on the track. And the thing is, it's the second pick in the with the Woodbine track feed too.
Yeah, that's what concerns me.
Well, but that you would think it's been sitting up there for a while like that. You would think that would influence something.
Mm-hmm. 6.5 stretching out. It's close with GSR.
And yeah, this is not exactly Secretariat somewhere in this field either.
Jock is not one for the trainer yet. Top win percentage, 34.
I mean, the top pace is your favorite right now.
Yeah, and it probably should be, right? I mean, it had a race back, went 7 furlongs. That was probably just, get him back out there, dropping in class.
Speed.
Mm-hmm.
The question is the 6 able to go with the 2?
Yeah.
They're showing a lot of the 6 and the 7. I'm going to put the sound down so we can hear what they're saying.
Okay.
But they may not be saying anything. This is when we need an opinion from Cindy as well.
Yeah, that would be helpful. 623 are the EE numbers.
Scotty did tell me he bought a few horses at the Maryland, at the Mid-Atlantic sale.
Yeah, somebody spotted that on Twitter. It's called McKeever Racing, I believe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
So they're on post time.
for
And
GSR to
Pettis has gone
be
up on Mr. Meeseeks. The
catching a
favourite for
horse
this
at the
race currently
wire
going in now,
or
2 to 5 to 2.
SOR
Giant One, horse 2. 3 to 1 for Nono's Little Boy.
or the
7
E
to
long
2
shot
for
as
Spring
horse
Mountain.
names.
Coming forward for a
Mhm.
start is Bet and Win, Prince of Ayrshire, and October Frost. Still out is Giant One. Gonna wait with, and coming along is Spring Mountain. The outside runners Trinity Park and Nono's Little Boy. Giant One's coming around for
Well,
Harry
it's holding it
Gate
7-1.
almost
Yeah.
ready for a start.
Or
You mean 13-1?
Shane Ellis on
Yeah.
Nono's Little Boy, outside gate. And now the race
actually went up.
favorite,
Yeah.
Giant One. That
I
front
mean,
of the
maybe
gate
the two's always fractious
open
going into
to
the
help
gate, but
with the load. Giant One has come in.
their turf
Starting
course
in Ross
looks
closes
gorgeous
the front
there.
of the gate.
I wonder when they're actually opening
Track
it.
cleared. They're all in and locked up. Giant One getting very, very stirred up. Bailing in time.
Yeah.
Gary Boulanger assisted by the gate crew, and that horse tossed him, and he was well caught by
We
the
may
gate
be
crew
scratching
at
the
time.
favorite here.
But really,
Yeah,
great
I
hit
think
to
so.
start here is horse 2 Giant One, but they've done a good job at settling the race favorite down. Really tried to flip out of the gate there, but has been
Turf
contained.
Paradise
Gonna get
Sarah
back
already
this
gone
runner
off.
out, Giant One, and take a look. So a slight delay.
I remember a low sal race where they scratched a horse that didn't do that and
Yeah.
claimed the
I
horse
remember.
touched the ground.
Yeah, I remember that race. I also
Please
remember
take
the
note,
one
ladies
where I
and gentlemen.
sickled the
Number
Scotty
2,
Longshot.
Giant One is a late
and they had
red
the gate at
scratch
the wrong
gate. Number 2
spot.
is out. Please mark your
Yep.
program. There'll be a delay.
I
Horses
still
will be
can't
back
believe
up in the
they,
line.
that
Number
happened
2,
because that
Giant
cost
One,
you.
who was the
I
favorite
know
for
that
the
cost
race,
you a shit
is
ton of
officially
money.
out.
Technical term,
Acting
by
on
the
vet
way.
advice, so
Yeah.
please mark your program,
Absolute shit
and
ton
we
of
will
money.
have a delay.
I mean, I bet the living hell out of it to win, but that pick 4 would have paid 10 grand easy. Okay, so we have
32% of the show money is on the 6. Somebody just posted in the chat. Or maybe not in the chat, in the WhatsApp, maybe it was.
And there go the odds on the 7. So they figured out a way to get money over to the 7.
Yeah. No, I still have the 7 sitting at 15-1 right now on my screen.
I'm looking at your screen and it's 11-1.
Well, that's a different screen. Interesting that the 8 is going to the favoritism and not the 6.
Does that make the 6 lone speed?
That's what I was thinking.
No, not according to the EE pace number.
Still 11-1 though is not bad on the 7.
No, I'm leaving my win bet up on that one. They're gonna dance around here. What do we got coming
Yeah,
up?
they just got to move the signs. I wish they'd do it what they do in Europe: back the horse out, run the race. Don't move the numbers around.
Reloading, Mr. Meeseeks has come up, and the favorite was
Yeah, they
officially
don't do that
out
at
as
Moncton,
a
they just
late
go.
scratch by order of the stewards on vet advice.
They don't navigate.
Now the favorite for the race, currently at 2-1.
They all look at each other, go, "You guys ready to go?" Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go.
Prince of Ayrshire to gate number 4.
I remember correctly at Moncton, though,
Bet and Win is still out.
They don't
Moving forward is
necessarily
the
even
grey
line the
October
horses up.
Frost.
No. No.
Spring Mountain about to take
So
position.
anybody in the chat, have you guys had a
So
chance to play
arguably
Moncton
the
yet?
speed of Giant 1 was going to
No.
be a big factor in the
Nobody
race.
has
We'll
a
see
chance
how
to
it
play it.
pans out
Only they
now
don't
without
take.
that runner.
It's a
Trinity
non-betting
Park to
event.
gate number 7.
It's a betting
Shane
event. It's
Ellis
just
to the
not a
outside
pari-mutual
gate.
betting event.
Bet and Win,
That's true.
gate 3.
It's like being at Lone Star, but
Nono's little
without
boy
all the
has gone up.
cowboys.
Bet and Win
Yeah.
in the orange for Larry Munoz. Completes the line, and they are all in, locked up. Off and racing, and boring out a bit was Bet and Win, and coming forward Spring Mountain. They share the lead with splitting them's Prince of Ayrshire. Off the track, Nono's Little Boy, and fighting stride Trinity Park from October Frost. And last on the inside is Mr. Meeseek. So going out in front with a commanding early lead is Spring Mountain, traveling out to lead by about 2.5
How
lengths.
fast is
Up
the
in
6
second is
going?
Prince of Ayrshire, shading Bet and Win. Nono's Little Boy caught 3 wide, tracked along by both Trinity Park and October Frost, and 3 lengths away last is Mr. Meeseeks, controlling the pace of the race. The rider here of Spring Mountain, David Moran, leads by
Is it
3
Mr.
lengths,
Meeseeks?
sharing
Is
second. Prince of
that's
Ayrshire,
from,
just a nose in front of
that's
Bet and
from
Win,
Rick and
3 wide.
Morty.
Nono's Little Boy covering extra ground. Trinity Park's had a nice run,
Could
a
be
length
right.
behind them with the grey October
No, it
Frost
is.
the
I've watched
inside.
that show with
And
my
Mr.
son.
Meeseeks will have to come from last, is 3.5 away. Spring
Catching
Mountain's
the
lead
6
down to a
pretty
length
quickly.
as they descend. The trio coming up are Bet and Win, Prince of Ayrshire, and racing on the outside 4 wide. Nono's Little Boy as Bet and Win sneaks up to join this leader. Right behind, both October Frost and Trinity Park have had the excellent stalking trips, and October Frost finds a seam up the rail to go into 4th spot. Last of all, Mr. Meeseeks. Bet and Win chipping away at the leader. Spring Mountain the inside, 3 wide. Nono's Little Boy, 3 lengths away. October Frost. Trinity Park starting to wind up really well. And back second last, dropping off Prince of Ayrshire. Last, Mr. Meeseeks. Despite being wide the entire trip, Nono's Little Boy's in front. But here comes the grey. October Frost right out wide of the
That's the
track.
horse I
And on the
hated.
inside kicking is Spring Mountain. Trinity Park's in behind them. Out in front, Nono's Little
Come
Boy,
on, 7.
joined by October Frost. October Frost on the outside's gone to the front. October Frost a neck. Nono's Little Boy fighting back on the inside. They've got it between them. October Frost doing a shade the better. October Frost going on to win. October Frost.
Well,
about a
I
half a
put that
length.
horse in the
Nono's
winning
Little Boy
circle by
gallons in
saying
defeat.
this is the
Trinity
only
Park
horse I
third,
hate in
Prince
the
of
race.
Ayrshire 4th.
Yeah.
Time 1:46.77.
How did we?
Well,
I
with all
told you I
that,
had a 3-star workout.
well, you know, that the complexion of that race changed too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they needed to adjust their contrast on the Gulfstream feed here, but let me get the audio off of Woodbine first. So we were on the pick 5 here at Gulfstream. We're in the second leg, and we were 4-6 here. Looks like we're marginally the favorite. Oh, no, now the 4's gone to second choice. The 0 for 9, number 2 is your first choice right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have a first-time starter in here who's 1% and 28 to 1 that could bomb the board. As well, let me just, while we have time here, let's take another look at this race because I know we rushed through Gulfstream a little bit. I just rolled this back as what the pick 4 would look like, as the what my pick 3 or pick 5 was. You know, not using the top win percentage here because the horse is 0 for 9. I'm using the 2 Saffy Joseph horses. I actually like the long shot a lot here. 67 GSR. You know, wants to be on synthetic rather than turf. I think this horse will run really well here. Has good works as well. Now the 8's going to the favoritism at 7%. Low GSR. Don't really see what bettors are liking about this horse other than it looks like it has some speed.
Yeah.
You know, that first time starter, by Valiant Minister. She ride looks like it probably would prefer dirt, but is not all that well bred. And low percentage connections, as I put another 5 in the winner's circle here. Any thoughts on this race?
I like the 4, man. I'll go with the E top pick.
Okay.
Reyes, Safi.
Does look like there's a lot of speed here.
Yeah. I would guess so. They're going to go for sure.
All right, we're getting close to the gate here.
All right, bio break. I'll be back.
All right. Hey, Razor, how you doing? You alive to anything? You know, in this race, I really try to use the GSR and the surface advantage. Who do I like? I like the 6. I think the speed is going to set up well for that horse here. Second time starter from Safi Joseph. E long shot sitting at 5 to 1, not 50 to 1. 50 to 1 would be nice. As well as it's the top GSR and it's 18% to win.
The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute.
It's post time. I see why the 8 is the top pick, or was the favorite. It is on Spires, it's listed as the Nick Tamara's top choice, which often affects the betting at Gulfstream.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up, moving in, race 6. It starts the late pick 4 today. Wide open betting board here. Love Rhapsody holding at 7 to 2. 7 to 2 for 4. Face the Music. Hotfoot Susie is 4 to 1. 2 5 to 1 shots. So pretty much everybody accorded some form of an opportunity here. The 1 and the 5 are the big long shots currently.
Okay. Loading up.
Yep, we're going to have a quick trigger finger over to Pimlico. I'm keeping one eye on that.
Waiting for Love Rhapsody and no action.
How nice of them to go off at the same time.
Well, it looks like they're
In the gate?
Well, no, they're approaching the gate too. I may, as much as I want to watch this, I know there's a lot of people tuning in for the carryover.
Hey, Razor, how you doing?
And they're off. Beautiful start.
And we'll keep both
from the
up
center.
there.
Face the Music, the first into stride. On the outside, it's Love Rhapsody, and from the inside, Hotfoot Susie. In tight while between is Preempson trying to work into the top flight. Out in the center goes No Action. Shuffling back a touch, Apache Ride racing ahead of One Smokin' Rita, and Maryland shuffles to last of all as they chase the speed of Face the Music. Lionel Reyes and Face the Music in front, 3/4 of a length. Love Rhapsody is second. Raggedy circling horses 5 wide, 3 wide preemption, 4 wide no action. Hotfoot Susie behind me and Battled Horses up front, racing ahead of One Smokin' Rita. Down at the inside, Apache Ride. Out the back is Maryland as they fan across the course. Behind Face the Music. Face the Music and on top by 2 with a host of pursuers. Down the center, Raggedy from between horses, preemption. Also running on is no action from far back. One Smokin' Rita. Final 16th of a mile. Face the Music almost home. One Smokin' Rita gaining good ground at a big price, but it's Face the Music in front. Close then for second. Either One Smokin' Rita
they
or
were nice
Love
enough to
Rhapsody
wait for us
in
here.
57 and 3.
You wonder if they communicate with them and say, "Hey, take your time."
You would think, since they're the same ownership group.
Yeah, but that sometimes doesn't
But
really.
technically, they're actually, it's the same operating group here because they do not own this track.
No, the state owns it.
Yeah. Because the Preakness would have been gone from Pimlico a long time ago if they owned that track.
Mm-hmm. Who do you need here?
1 or 6, and you were 1, 6, 7, and so the 7's going to win since you got eliminated in the last leg.
That makes sense.
Been around racing enough to know how these tickets work. Tony single to the 1 here.
To the chalk. The 1 will wire them here.
The 1's the calmest in the gate right now, but not going to wire though.
Who do you like at Belmont, Tony, in the 6th race?
We might be in a tad bit of trouble here.
You got no sound.
Ah. That must
Show
be
mild
Here comes the
interest on the
7.
furlong and a half marker upper stretch, and it's Street Tough just in front.
comes
And
the
Captain
1.
Woodrow on the outside tried to come to him on the inside.
Oh, he's
Got
not
it
wiring
still.
him.
David drops back in third position now with a 16th left to go. Here comes under the overpass, late run to the outside. Here's the
Too
line.
late.
It's going to be Street Tough and Captain Woodrow. Street
Sorry,
Tough,
guys.
Captain Woodrow under the overpass, late of the scene.
So let's look at that 3 real fast.
Oh, yeah. What do we miss there?
52 4/5.
To the right screen here.
Sully liked the 3 at 18 to 1.
It was 8%. E long shot, first time starter. There's your play.
Well, they're all first-time starters there, so I can't discount that. But I told you earlier that I thought that was like a race where a lot of people would hit the all button.
Yeah, 18 to 1, so the all button would have paid off there.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Silly. Tony, Belmont, who do you like?
Yeah, about to go off at Belmont. We got a little time till Woodbine again. Why not the 4, the long shot at 29%? Currently sitting at 9 to 2.
My favorite topic.
Good GSR too. Top.
Did you go all there, Silly, or did you bet the 3 to win? Seems like Mike had the 3 as well.
It seemed like he might have played it because it was the Scotty long shot. And it seems like Sully's been around long enough to know that that's really the Scotty long shot, not the E long shot.
Win bet. Nice, Sully. Very nice. Tony said he was 1-4-7-8 here at Belmont.
One heavy favorite. Your E top 2 choices are the 1 and the 1A. For Rudy Rodriguez, you have Pratt and Manny Franco aboard. Those 2 horses, respectively.
So Manny could still jump off and Pratt could save you.
Yes. But, top GSR is the 4. Top win percentage. Coming back to the turf. For a guy who's best known for telling you when they're on or off the turf, Mark Hennig.
Oh, yeah. He also complains about a lot of things.
And it's that weird shoot, too, where they almost start in the turn.
Yeah. Just the configuration of that track. I mean, it's really only good for one day a year.
Just like Moncton.
Yeah, they run one day a year there in Moncton.
Yes, they do.
We got any crazy ones tomorrow?
I have not looked yet, but let's look and see what we have tomorrow. So Chris and I spent last time we were on the air together, we spent like an hour afterwards just laughing over some of these courses we've never heard of that E was picking up. Left Bridge. Weaver Downs. That's somehow the results are unknown race type, but those are quarter horses, I think, at a fairgrounds.
In Utah.
Yes. But you don't get this anywhere else. That's the thing.
You don't get that on TVG, that I can tell you. Okay, so,
so
the 1 and 1A are sitting in 3rd and 4th right now.
Yeah, the 4 does not look like it's going to do much.
Entering the far turn.
Looks like the 8. 4 is put in a late run, but too late.
You could get second.
Looks like it's the 8 or the. Looks like it's gonna be the 8. It's gonna nope. The 1A got there. So tomorrow, if you feel like playing a fun track, play Weber Downs or Hastings Racecourse. Have you heard that one?
No. So where the heck is Lethbridge?
Hastings actually in Canada.
I know where Hastings is at.
I'm trying to load Lethbridge for the audience right now.
Give out like a hat or something if somebody could tell me where Lethbridge is.
Well, they have the Googles, so. Does not look like we're going to get Lethbridge up right now.
It is in Canada.
But do they have timber races there?
Rocky Mountain Turf Club.
Here we go.
Home of Bully's Casino.
Bully. Maybe did you notice that your old friend Sheldon Chickenness is not riding this, at least so far at Asabonia?
Yeah, didn't he just give a really bad ride last year and not get fined for that?
Yeah, he might have. deliberately lost a race, but we could take a look now at the Santa Anita. I've not looked since scratches, but the Santa Anita pick 5, early pick 5.
Sure, let's go there.
All right.
You pull that up. I'll get the workout reports up and tell you what I see.
So let's see. Was there anything important scratched here?
Of course,
There
the
was
horse.
not. There's the 3 to 5 Baffert that's going to take a lot of the value out here. Not showing there is this horse also ran in the UAE Derby. It's currently sitting at 72%. And the horse that would have been the speed that might have given that horse a problem here scratched out of the race, the 1.
I like the 5, which is gone as well. I think it's gone. Is it in?
No, the
No,
5's
it's
there.
going.
And then I used the heavy favorite, the 60% horse in the in race 4, but I did not love it. Like, this horse does not have to win here for Jeff Mullins. Good Buju. The Craig. So the 3 was a little interesting. I did not like the 1. Here, big GSR drop going from dirt to turf on the 1, who's the second choice. So I threw that horse away.
Man, looking at Santa Anita, one thing going back to what I was talking about earlier between Memorial Day last year at Santa Anita versus 15 years ago at Hollywood Park in the pick 6 sequence. 15 years ago, there were 26 more horses in the sequence than last year. And that'll probably be the same this year as well.
Well, I do know they're running a couple graded stakes, and it's a pretty decent card. But let me know when you're ready if you really want to go attack this one.
All right, let's go ahead.
All right, leg 1. 2 is a second-time starter, getting bet heavily. Second win percentage as well. Second choice. It's got the boxes for the top pace and the top SOR as well.
Yeah, likely favorite. I mean,
yeah.
There's only 2 horses you don't like here, right? Like the 4 and the 7. Why don't you tell us about those?
All right, so let me bring up the GSR screen as well. Let me put these in the winner's circle. The GSR drop on the 4, who appears to want turf, but moving up in both SOR and quote unquote class. Last time it ran on dirt, it lost by 17.5 lengths. Appears to need the lead as well. And according to the pace number, it's not as fast as the 2 to its inside. 5%, that's why I did not use it. It's not getting bet as well. The 7, low SOR. It is a good magic. Puts the apprentice aboard, so gets the weight break for Ronald Ellis. This horse also is a horse that I think more wants turf than dirt, and has had issues breaking, which is not a good thing on the dirt at Santa Anita.
You are correct.
I view that almost like a quarter horse race in terms of that if you're going to walk out of the gate, and these aren't bump start, these are step slow, off slow notes.
Yeah, I can see why you toss those 2.
And you look at the gate works too, 11 of 12 and 15 of 15. So it does not appear that even if they're trying to train this out of the horse, that there's any change there. The long shot's interesting, decent GSR at 60. Was the favorite last time out going this distance at Turf Paradise. Moves to Jeff Mullins, has an excellent work with Hector Barrios aboard. I believe there's a 3-star work there.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
So, I think that, and this horse has been pretty popular. Was running at Churchill, was claimed, went to Colonial, then to Turf Paradise, and then was moved back up here. So somebody thinks this horse has enough talent to win a race at Santa Anita for them to have spent the money to ship it back up here.
Mm-hmm.
So and the algorithm is catching it. You also have the 5, who's the first time starter. Terrible GSR. That's my only note on it, but it is a West Coast. Should be okay on the dirt. And, there are a bunch of horses that have run a lot here, and you can't just ignore the 12% here,
No.
would be my thought. And then the 3 second-time starter for your old friend Doug O'Neill, and Scotty's old trainer too, Doug O'Neill, back when he owned horses in California. Practical Joke, going one turn as a second-time starter, and you see the GSR jump of 19 points,
Mm-hmm.
which I like a lot. Anything I missed there? Anything you like that I missed?
No, but I'll tell you what I really like, and I don't know if these are going to stick right here, but the early double, 5 and the 3.
5 and the 3. All right, so let's take a look at the second leg.
12.5 to 1.
Tell us what you like about the 3.
The 3 in race 2.
Yep.
Good workout. It's the same thing we talked about. Good workout for Mullins. Horse could be a single. It's got decent numbers. It's got a pretty decent closing figure on there. I'll take Hector over the 4. I think you're here. Everything. You're 1, 3, and 4 here.
Yeah, I'm everything but the 2.
Everything but the 2. Well, there's only 4 of them in here, so
yeah,
5 scratched out, which is probably good. But I think the 3 will be the favorite.
Yeah, and the 2's not impossible here, but I didn't really. It's 0 for 3 at the distance. I didn't really love the horse. I don't think this is really a great group, but the 1 could get an easy lead in my mind here.
Yeah.
And is the long shot and has the 2 to 1, the 6 to 1 versus 2 to 1 morning line angle as well.
It's also a very odd thing that Scott Hazelton's top pick is the 4, which is not the favorite.
He only picks favorites.
Yeah, well, it's like, I don't know how long you've been watching TVG, but if anybody remembers Mr. B, that's all you got for him too.
Yeah, I mean, I a lot of times just tune out their picks.
Yeah, understandable. All right, race
Especially
3.
after, and I know a lot of people have fired back that they don't think that Ken should have been fired. I will add to that when you add in the video about him saying that that other handicappers who aren't on TVG shouldn't be allowed to have opinions, and that he didn't want to put, and that most of the time he doesn't feel like putting the work in to actually handicap races. And he said that on the air. He may have been on probation.
Who knows? All I know is it really doesn't affect my life one way or the other. So
Yeah,
I do
and
for
also if you care about horses,
I get the tweet that he put up there and what he said. And if you kind of read that tweet and
yeah,
in the way that Ken Rudolph would say that on the air, it kind of makes sense. But when you just read the words as they are on Twitter, I could
Yeah.
see how that would get him into a little bit of trouble. But I mean, for me, I don't know Ken personally, so I have no comments on him as a person. But as a broadcaster, he just wasn't really for me. So
yeah, no, I
I don't
agree.
think he didn't pair well with some of the other ones, but he had his moments where sometimes he was okay. But again, most of those folks on there's a handful of them on there that I do enjoy watching, and not that I trust their picks or this, that, or the other. The other one was a couple of weeks ago. The was a carryover at Charlestown, and I think Schrupp put up a ticket. Somebody asked him what it was, and he rarely puts his tickets out there, but it was a big one for Charlestown,
Wow.
especially, and he hit it. It was like $1,200, and he said he split it. He had a partner, and I think it paid $3,000, $4,000, something like that. I mean, there were obviously plenty of options to hit the score when you have that many horses, but
I do try to avoid Charlestown, just in general.
Charlestown can be good and bad for you. I'm mainly I don't like doing a whole lot of anything more than like pick threes there, but you can get some decent doubles.
All right, so we now have the Pimlico has now jumped ahead of Gulfstream in the order. I mean, we're both not alive, but I hope somebody in the chat is alive here. So we'll keep showing it. We got Anita about 9 minutes away as well. And we have Golden Gate coming online. And we could definitely talk Golden Gate in the meantime for these 3 minutes while we wait.
Who did you like here at Pimlico?
I was 9. Hold on. I was 859, I believe, here. But it was the 5. It was
skies to
the
kick
9
off
I
4-day
liked, who's currently the
weekend. Welcome
favorite.
everybody. Trainer Ron Ellis with 2 here in the race. First time starter, Sweet
Hold
Mother
on, I did
Mary
not
and
turn
the
the
7
sound
Princess
off
Magic.
on
Let's talk about
Anita.
the firster. How's
I
this
thought
one
that was
training for you
mine.
in the
I
race?
was
Well, she's
concerned
actually
for a
done everything
moment.
right. She's
Pimlico. I'm going to play a late double. I'm going to take my 5 and my 6 and play those against my 4 and 6.
I mean, the 8 had a nice angle on the morning line, but I didn't particularly think the horse could go gate to wire. It just seems to be stopping.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 I think might need the lead too. I'm not sure. Well, it did rate back on the dirt in 2021, but that's a big layoff. Oh, the 1 was the other horse I liked. It's actually second time turf or third time turf. Has some good efforts. Could get a nice setup here.
Yeah. Man, that last race at Pimlico sucks so bad.
Yeah. We were not even close, though. I can't be upset about it when I'm that off.
Yeah. All right. They go into the gate there.
It was
No,
the
there's-
E long shot and the and we're gonna have Gulfstream going on top of Anita too, coming up next.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, they're both 4 minutes out.
Mike likes the 4, obviously not here. That must have been at Anita.
I like him in the top 3. The 4, okay.
Heading onto the turf course for race 8.
I got to box the 5 and the 6 too.
You're gonna throw up at the first race at Golden Gate. You have a 1-to-1 favorite who is 0 for 14.
Oh, well.
You
Let's
have
see.
your second choice is 0 for 9. Your third choice is 0 for 16. And you have no first-time starters.
Yeah, they've all gone at least 7 times.
Yep.
Well, I think you just take the 1 there.
They've reached the starting
Pick
gate.
the long
Oh,
shot.
pick you
Right.
go. Yeah. I mean, does anybody else have any speed?
The 3's got a little bit. It's not the biggest pace advantage, but you know, the 3 at least has run towards the lead.
The 1 is only routed once.
Stepping in a girl named Jack.
Oh, it is really bad.
Chicky Nicky.
Yeah.
It's the
Lady
classic.
Jean.
I'll just go all and then watch the 6 just crush.
Threat level midnight.
Absolutely.
Cinque Amore.
Or just bet the heck out of a 6-5-1.
Shasta
Golden
Star.
Gate's not on fire.
Mundle of Joy.
Mundle of Joy.
La
Mundle of
Familia.
Joy.
Gold Time Vixen. And they're off. Gold Time Vixen, a beach let them again. Threat level midnight and Mundle of Joy speeding up there. At the inside is Lady Jean. Mundle of Joy narrow lead. Threat level midnight is right there. La Familia up on the outside quickly to join that pair.
Pace duel
Now
we
three
thought
right
we were going
across
to
the
get
track
here.
to sort it out early. Cinque
Mhm.
Amore picks that 4th spot, about 4 lengths off that lead. Outside of that is Chicky Nicky. Then Lady Jean saving ground as they round the far turn. After that, Shasta Star still 8 lengths to make up, and a girl named Jacket trailing the field is Gold Time Vixen coming
Let's
to the
set
top
this
of the
up for the
stretch with a
5
quarter to go in
nicely.
Pimlico, and it is La Familia down to the inside. Threat level midnight right there, trying to come back for a little more. Extreme outside is Mundle of Joy, way center of the track. Lady Jean is driven along in 4th, and now Shasta Star has to pick it up. Shasta Star's picking up very late in between horses, going through some traffic.
Perfect
there.
setup for the 9.
Shasta Star willingly. Shasta Star threat
Yep.
level midnight. Shasta Star threat level midnight.
Should have
Lady
just
Jean,
singled the
Shasta
9.
Star. Shasta Star let threat level midnight. Then it was Lady Jean and Mundle of Joy.
Woulda,
Now let's see
coulda,
who's going
shoulda.
first here. Between
57
Anita or
seconds.
Gulfstream.
A 5 furlong.
Difficult to tell, but it looks like Anita is going to go first.
And Jokable going in.
Almost every race at Pimlico sucks, Bill.
You're not wrong, Bill.
Collect My Thoughts and Princess Magic.
I think a lot of the Mage fans felt that way last weekend too.
Yeah, that whole day was like set up. It was just weird.
Well, I mean, we were talking about this in the WhatsApp chat, but how many times have you seen a Baffert horse do that? I mean, that was easily predictable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Princess Magic going in.
All right, let's get to 5 here.
We're in the gate.
Actually, I'd prefer not to. Let's
And they're off.
get anything but the 5.
Soul
Actually,
of a
that's not
Warrior
true.
and
Not the
Unjokable.
4.
Unjokable a little bit quicker. And here's Collect My Thoughts coming through to vie for the lead as well. They're followed by Lil Town Sis in 4th. Then Sweet Mother Mary 5th and 5 lengths off the lead. 2 clear of Side by Side. And Princess Magic, who broke outward, is at the back of the field. It's Collect My Thoughts
Hey,
and
at least the 7
Unjokable.
tried
Doing
a different
past the
track instead of
half-mile
braking
pole.
slowly.
2 more to Soul
Yeah.
of a
Broke
Warrior
outward.
in 3rd.
Uh-huh.
At the rail, Lil Town Sis is 4 lengths off the lead. 3 clear of Lil Mother Mary.
5's not running at all.
Side by Side, and another 2 to Princess Magic. 3 furlongs out. Collect My Thoughts. Unjokable. Unjokable just in front. 3 more to Soul of a Warrior. Lil Town Sis is in 4th. Sweet Mother Mary is 6 off the pace on the outside of Side by Side, and Princess Magic trails. Unjokable, the leader at the top of the stretch, opens up on Collect My Thoughts. They're followed by Soul of a Warrior. Lil Town Sis in the center, and Side by Side is finishing strongly at the rail.
Oh, shit.
Final furlong, Unjokable. Side by Side comes through on the inside, and Soul of a Warrior in the center of the track, still with a chance to get to Unjokable. Here's
And
Soul
I'm gonna
of
go
a
down
Warrior.
again.
Soul of a Warrior.
And I go down again
Photo with
by a horse that I
Unjokable.
hated.
Then it was Side by Side, and between Lil Town Sis and Collect My Thoughts,
Oh,
the complete
man.
super high 5.
That is so bad. Ugh.
12-1 would have gotten.
It's a photo
Actually,
finish.
no, not 12-1. I'm looking at Gulfstream here. 8-1 and got beat by 11-1.
Ugh. With the 2 you didn't have.
No, I had the. Well, yeah,
You-
one of the 2 I didn't have, but I had that 3. That hurts.
Yeah, I know you had the 3. I was worried about the 2 you didn't have.
Well, I wasn't worried about the 7. All I can hope
All
for is
right.
a bad camera angle. Let's go to Gulfstream.
I think the 4 got you.
Yeah, I know
I'll
the
keep-
4 got me.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Sammy's Town and Barbara, the last 2 to go forward. Barbara
1-3-5 here in the pick 5.
and the 7th.
I've got a win bet on the 3. They have not posted the official numbers yet.
I mean, it seemed pretty obvious.
It's pretty close, man. I just saw
Unless-
the slow-mo.
They're working
The
with Barbara.
7. The 7's currently looking like you want me to run on this surface.
They posted the 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Barbara walks
Well,
in.
that sucks.
Jockey Miguel Vasquez
Yeah.
will get in board inside the gate. All
Can
set.
scoop the high five.
Fire off and running. From between horses, Gitana's ridden for the early lead. Barbara has speed. Razmalai sent through at the rail, and into the top flight is Tee Up. Away in fifth is Sammy's Town, ahead of a second last running Rain. Left behind early is Mudshaft. Razmalai to the top for Marcos Meneses, a half mile from home and a half length in front. Gitana sticks with her second. Barbara 3 wide third. Improving at the inside is Rain. She's on from fourth in a good tracking position. Dropping back quickly was Tee Up, passed by Sammy's
gone.
Town.
He's gone.
And no factor at all
Yeah.
is Mudshaft. Gitana getting
Bye-bye.
serious. She just ran up to take a clear lead. Razmalai second, Barbara is third, Rain fourth.
Well, maybe
Up
not.
to the outside, Sammy's Town driven by Panici into fifth, while 3 wide through a 22-1
So the
opening
one's
quarter.
doing a favor
All of
there.
these top 5 still in with a
Unfortunately.
shot here as they straighten for the drive. The leader is Gitana. She's 9 to 5 and an eighth
Now
of
we're
a
going
mile
to get
from
caught
home.
the same way again,
Barbara
I
the
think.
closest pursuer second, Rain is third, Razmalai
No,
next,
three's
then
good.
Sammy's Town. Final 16th of a mile. Gitana's driven out. Barbara can't get her. Gitana and Angel Morales are in front. Second is Barbara. Third is Rain. Fourth, Razmalai. Then Sammy's Town. Tee Up.
Nice assist
5 and 2.
by the one there.
Yes, definitely. So
All
we
right.
do have 9 minutes to Golden Gate. I'm going to, or 10 minutes to Woodbine. I'm going to go with Golden Gate.
Okay.
Here, so let me remove, unless there's an objection from the team here.
Who you removing?
Woodbine for Golden Gate here, because they're basically on top of each other.
Yeah.
So we talked about this race a little bit. Actually, let me make sure I shut the audio off on Gulfstream. I did not. There we go. And we'll get our good friend Matt Dinnerman up there. Friend of the show.
Friend of the
And let's-
show.
Let's talk about Golden Gate a little bit. Golden Gate's been pretty good to the show. But you know, that to me, that this is what I would play here.
Let's see. What do you got?
So I'm looking forward to having to listen to Matt say the words "Dick Best."
What race
The
is
child in me can't help it. That's race 2. That's the top
Race 2.
pace.
that? Dick Best. All right, Oldy, let's see. I see your ticket. Who do you think wins race 1? I mean, I know you got 3 horses here.
Your guess is just as good as mine. I just took the picks here. I mean, these are not what I would call strong candidates for winning races.
No, for sure not.
But let's just
I mean,
say,
they're just unreliable, man. When you click the handy view button, is when all of the scariness begins.
yes.
And you're looking, you're like 8K main claiming. It's like this. This is where I just don't get. I mean, the one has a 66 square for the pace, and when you dig in here, the horse has never been on the lead.
Right. No, but sometimes he just knows that stuff. You know,
I understand it just knows that stuff, but you at least to expect to see something, right?
You do, yes.
You know, it would be nice also. We got to ask Scotty this. When you look at Handy View, how it gives you the SOAR, the win, the GSR, could I get a column for the pace of that last race to see whether or not, like on the one here, was it favored to be, big pace? Same thing with the 6.
Well, 53 in a normal race is usually kind of middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually, especially, if this was a one-turn race, that would be a decent stalking position.
Yeah.
It's really hard to, and the 66 here, yeah. So I mean, that horse should get the lead. The 3 has shown some pace though. I mean, it's been close to getting the lead.
Well, I can tell you right now in the
Which-
double probables, which is going to change as we get closer. Right now, the 6-5 combo is the favorite, paying 4-1. Now, granted, there's only $1,300 in the pool, but 6-5 is.
The 6 to the 5 in race 2.
Yep, early double. 6-5. The favorite is 6-5.
Okay. So I will say this about the 5, who's the second choice. Wants dirt. I'm going to put it in the winner circle again. I don't know this trainer though that it's going first time to. That would be my only catch here. It is 36%.
Everything to the 2 is looking fairly decent. But they're all over the place. All right, I'm going to let this get close. Let me look at your screen here. Are they still circling around?
I believe so. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong screen here, but yeah.
Yeah, you should put on some Dinnerman. I'll be right back.
All right, well, we'll listen to some Dinnerman. The dulcet tones of Matt Dinnerman.
Sue Generous, number 1, has tried routing a couple times. Hasn't done much, also against Tougher. She's in for $8,000. Now, her 2-back effort, she stalked the pace as the favorite at this level, and she ran second and ran a good race in a good-sized field. But then she came back and regressed, and she didn't show any speed and was never a factor. 10-pound bug, Matilda Burnham gets the call. You're actually getting an 8-pound weight break as Sue Generous is 2 over. But nonetheless, you get a weight break here. This gal getting to the route of ground, by far from over, who could route himself. Her best race puts her in the hunt. I like that she's trying routing one more time against an easier group and a group that's not strong, like I said. That's number 1, Sue Generous. Number 4, Sports for Women. 2 starts ago went off favorite at this level and was second best. I mean, she ran a good race. She got the right trip. She just wasn't quite good enough to win. And then she came back for main 12-5 and regressed a little bit and didn't do much at that condition. Back in for 8,000. She's a little bit on the inconsistent side. I mean, 2 starts ago, that was the only time she was really in with a shot to win the race. She's hit the board a number of other times, but every race she was never a threat to win. If you watch the race, she just looked like she was battling for a minor award. Little bit wet on the shoulders, as you can see there. She's a little bit antsy. She's on her toes, and she's currently 4-1. Achromatic, the last one we'll talk about, ran from 8-5 last time out. She went off at 24-1, lost by about 10 lengths. She made an early move down the backside. I don't think that helped her by any means. I thought she moved a little early, and then she just didn't have any punch for the final quarter mile. On the same token, though, she will need to improve off her recent form. Almost post time, race number 1, everybody. They're getting to the gate. Good luck. We kick off the early pick 5 here.
All right, so are we ready for the slowest gate load in horse racing?
And the red light is now flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Fields as the runners have made their way towards the gate for the first race today.
Chris, I call this the slowest gate load in horse racing.
Whenever you see that
I would agree with you.
on the gate, that means we're getting close to a start, folks. 8 races today to kick off a 4-day racing week.
As you can tell, the folks are very excited about the pick 5 here at Golden Gate.
Sue
$20,000
Generous
pool.
to the inside post is loaded into
$6,000.
the gate. Achromatic. Waiting for Achromatic to take her turn.
Now it's up to 31,000.
Achromatic goes in. Sports for Women coming up. Post position 4. And then 2 more runners to round out the group. Peacehaven and Big Jolt.
It ain't me.
Peacehaven goes into the gate, and here's Big Jolt to round out the field.
Looks like Derek hit a
We're ready to
$4,300
go.
pick 5 at
We're
Woodbine.
off and running at Golden
Nice.
Gate Fields. Big Jolt on the far
The
outside.
one did not
Shown
get the
ready to
lead.
show speed is up on the pace. Sue Generous from the inside moving up to come and challenge early. And Sue Generous strides to the front. Big Jolt takes a hold. Will track from the second spot into the clubhouse turn. And
Got the
Peacehaven
lead.
lets the other 2 go ahead.
Yep.
She's third racing alone. A space of 3 lengths back to Achromatic. Takes the 4th spot. And Sports for Women.
They did point
fifth
out
and
that this
last.
is also the
5 fillies
bug
and
on
mares in
the
single file, separated by
110
8 or 9
pounds.
lengths
is
here.
what-
As Sue
plus
Generous
the 2
leads the
pounds
way
overweight the
up the
horse is.
backstretch. Sue Generous takes off with the rider, opens up about 3 on Big Jolt, happy to track from second.
And
a length and a
riding
half to
kinda like
Peacehaven, a
a
similar
apprentice,
margin
too.
to Achromatic, and 3 more to Sports for Women. 5th and last, but Sue Generous on the lead is setting a decent pace for the back markers. Sports for Women to chase. There's a half mile left to go in the opener, and it's Sue Generous. Come back to the group a little bit here. Is on
Times
top
would
by
be
a 2
nice.
length margin, make it a length and a half. Big Jolt is coming up, getting closer into the turn, now on the tail of the leader, and Peacehaven follows that rival. 3 deep is in the clear, out of harm's way as they round the turn. And now Sue Generous is challenged by Big Jolt on the outside. They're together. Sue Generous sent along to keep pace. Big Jolt alongside. Now Peacehaven has come under a ride third, so is Achromatic right behind her. And Sports for Women has yet to pass a runner at the top of the lane, where Big Jolt comes off the turn and puts away Sue Generous, who's out of gas. Peacehaven in a second. Achromatic at a price trying to roll late, and then Sports for Women on the grandstand side in a 4th. Coming to the 16th pole, Big Jolt is asked to spurt away. She does so.
Well, today
It
was
opens
the
up
day.
2.5. Peacehaven second,
Yeah.
then Achromatic. Sports for Women coming to the line. It's Big Jolt to win the opener over Peacehaven, Achromatic, then Sports for Women, and Sue Generous.
All right, we got Pimlico in 8 minutes. We got Churchill sitting in between that if we want to take a look at that.
Yeah, you got Woodbine going off, the one you killed.
Yeah, I
Just
can bring
went
it back.
off. Forget it.
But it looks
They're
like
off.
we just missed it. Okay.
Churchill, race 8.
Race 8, what do you like?
I don't know.
Many
See if we can
chances here.
figure-
Who do you like?
Can we get a late double here?
All right, here we go.
9-year-old for Ward. I think I try and beat that.
Who's the 9-year-old for Ward?
The 2.
I'm just looking now. So why not take the shot on the 1, the long shot here?
Yeah, I could see that.
But
Also
I
can see
do know that,
bad beat Brian.
yeah. But I will point out what I pointed out to Scotty on Derby Day is bad beat Brian ain't going to pass anybody.
You're probably right.
I mean, you can go through here, you can look at it. He doesn't pass anybody. He always acts like he's going to, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And Chris Emma isn't riding at Hawthorne anymore either. And you have to take that into account. So Bound for Nowhere, the 2, grade 2 winner last year at Woodbine. That's the 9-year-old. Second off the layoff reward by your favorite sire, the Factor. But only 30% and 30% on 4 to 5. No, thank you. What about the 3 Smokin' J? I got a note on this horse too. And it actually looks like it might be a positive note, which is very surprising for me. Perfect setup, big wide move, got home. So that makes me think this horse might need a setup.
Mm-hmm.
And it really doesn't look like there's a setup here, does there? Well, actually, organizing it by this way, Pirate Rick and Bad Beat Brian could, you might get the setup here.
What about the 5? Really scout up there and with the other sires.
And you know, this horse, it looks like it just moved up too high in class.
Yeah.
And was running on the dirt, now moving back to turf, or moving to turf. One turf effort, doesn't look like it was that great. Losing a little in GSR as well.
The 1 burned a lot of money after it won. It's taking a pretty big drop in class.
The question is, did the Disarmo horse run poorly, or not poorly, but not win on the turf because of that turf course, or because it doesn't like turf in the Colonel Power?
It did win sprinting. This one's a head scratcher too.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I mean, the 6 doesn't pass anybody. Just got beat by Caravel, who's going to Ascot.
Beat Caravel twice, or got beat by Caravel twice. I'm going to go win, play, show on the 1 and the 4.
1 and the 4. Got a 1. Oh, they just scratched the 5, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just going to do a 1-7 double.
But before they got to the gate, it looked like. And if anybody's still alive at Pimlico, just looking at the will pays, you're looking between 16,000 and about a 1050, 1,050. So all over the place. We'll go to Pimlico to watch that race. You can also keep an eye on Churchill.
You going over to Pimlico?
Yep. Let's see, Pimlico. A sec to move the screens over. I'm no longer going to, with the way the betting has changed at Churchill, I'm canceling my bet because the value that was there is gone for me. And Bad Beat Brian got the lead too.
Did he?
Yeah, but let's see if Chris Emma can hold it. And the answer is no. One went off at 6-1. Right now, it looks like it's setting up nicely for the Ward horse.
The 9-year-old.
Yeah. And no, Bad Beat Brian might actually pass the 1 and win the race, though the 3's coming late. So I guess I was proven wrong. Bad Beat Brian can pass a horse. Today seems like the day to prove me wrong, by the way.
Uh-huh. Sure does. Yeah. You could make a note on that one that you can wait a long time for him to pass another one.
Yeah, no, I think you will be waiting a long time. Because they'll move that horse back up to stakes company.
Yeah.
So many chances here. Who do we like at Pimlico? My 8 got bet down to 4-1. Broke well.
Seven could be in good shape here.
Trying to remember what I even played here.
I
I
had
was
the
2,
6 and the
6
4.
through 8. Yeah. Actually, I think the 8's sitting pretty good here. If he doesn't swing too wide. Nope, looks like either the 6 or the 4.
Yep, that's the 2 I had. Ford is going to get there.
Yep, the long shot. Or originally the long shot. I think after scratches, it was the second choice. All right, so Anita. And then Gulfstream has now been moved to in back of Anita, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Santa Anita, Slam Diego, 1-5.
Seems crazy. Was somebody in the chat like the 4, correct?
I believe so.
All right, I'm just going to play back my pick 5 here. It's $18.
Hey, that's not bad.
If I can get it in time. I'm way too slow doing this.
But pick 5 paid $18.60.
Not bad.
No.
What did it not take? Oh, there we go. No, didn't get it in. Hate when that happens.
Which race were you trying to play?
I was trying to get the playback of the pick 5 at San Anita in.
Put the sound on.
Oh yeah, the sound would be good.
Princess in second. At
Somebody
the rail,
set the 4 hit
Princess
speed
Baby,
too.
And then comes Slam Diego. Onto the backstretch they
Slam
go.
Diego.
Rose Barton in charge. Has it by 2.5 lengths. Nora's Princess in second. Slam Diego inches up on the outside of Precious Baby.
So when does Delmar
Half
open?
mile
In like
left
a
to
couple
run.
weeks?
And Rose
When do we
Barton
go to
catch.
Los Al
Left
for
alone
a
on the
couple
front
weeks?
end. Nora's
Yeah, you go to Los
Princess
Al
second
first.
most of the way.
Like July.
Then Slam Diego racing side by side
Is
with
that late?
Precious Baby. 3 lengths
Yeah.
covers them, rounding the far turn. And it's Rose Barton and Kenta Sormo with a 2-length edge. Nora's Princess gets a nudge in second. She's joined by Slam Diego, who starts to pick up some momentum. Has 2 to make up on the front running Rose Barton at the top of the stretch. Slam Diego takes up the chase now on the outside of Nora's Princess, a furlong out. And here's Slam Diego right up to Rose Barton, who's hanging tough. Rose Barton, Slam Diego. Rose Barton
1 to
still
2
there
was
by a
crazy
length
on
and a
that
half
horse.
and showing no signs
Mhm.
of weakening. It's Rose Barton, coast to coast. Slam Diego second best. Precious Baby up for third.
Crazy.
4-1 on that exacta. Sorry, Chuck.
But 1 to 1 in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't help myself sometimes.
Number
Okay.
4, Rose Barton was first. 3, Slam Diego
Oh,
second.
sound.
1, Precious
Can't help
Baby
myself
third.
on
2,
that
Nora's
either.
Princess fourth.
All right, I'm going to take my own bio break here. I will be right back.
Okie doke. You're going to leave us with Pimlico here. Well, we've got Gulfstream up. Or Sandy. Gulfstream. All right, Gulfstream race 8. Last race of the day, another full field of 6. Let's take a look here. See what we can make out of this. Square on the 4 with the 71 SOR. The 2 and the 4 both 41%, but you're getting a better price on the 2. And the 6 is the EE long shot. Jock trainer combo there is 25%, which is not bad at all. Let's see if there's any nuggets in the workout.
Still time for your
reports.
wagers. First half of the late daily double and the Friday feature at Gulfstream.
Thanks, Pete. How about the 5? Party favor.
Yeah, that's
Second
Fletcher
time
horse.
starter. Yeah, 1 first out.
I will point out to you that I could make a hat, I could make a brooch, or I could make a pterodactyl. When you asked me what you could make out of this, or when you asked the audience.
Yeah, but you got an 8-point GSR drop on that horse. I think the system's got it here. 4-2.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do think it's the 2 or the 4. I'd love to see the 6, but
Well, we can root for the 6.
The horses are at the gate.
did you look at the wet
It's
GSR
outpost
numbers here?
time. Lining up and moving in
No,
for
I
race
did
number
not.
8. Princess Tenko joined in by Flakes and a Monroe with Shiloh ready at the fence. Last 2 up are Party Favor and Kiki Love.
Kiki Love. By
Party
the
Favor.
big beast.
The WinStar colors. Drawn outside.
Actually, you don't have
Kiki
to
Love
anymore. It automatically goes to wet GSA.
will complete the line.
I forgot
Oh,
about that.
that's right.
They're at the
And you
post.
can go if you want to see the actual numbers.
And they're off. In the center, Flakes was away cleanly and quickly and reaching out for the early lead. From the inside, Amonra comes away in the top flight. Kiki Love joins the leader from the far outside. Party Favor is next ahead of Princess Tenko, and Shiloh is last. Out of the chute onto the main track, Edgard Zayas has Flakes on the lead here. She's a neck in front of Kiki Love in second. 2.5 back to Amonra, who now races from third. Party Favor kept out in the center while fourth.
Decent
Princess
pace.
Tenko and Shiloh
Mhm.
at the rail. 23-3 for the opening quarter, 5 furlongs from home. Flakes
But
has the lead.
Going
at
7
6 to 5.
furlongs
She's a
is
length in
probably a little
front.
slow.
Kiki Love is on the chase. Amonra's toward the rail. 3 back to Party Favor, then improving Shiloh. Now the trailer, Princess Tenko. Strung out group as they pass the half-mile point. Flakes now 2.5 in front. She won an opening half-mile in 46-1. Kiki Love is second, trying to tighten in again. Amonra third and on the improve. 3 back to Party Favor, then back to Shiloh, and Princess Tenko is out-kicked. 3 furlongs from the finish, and Flakes is
Really
still
working on
rolling.
the
She's
6.
2.5 in front again, improving out the rail. Amonra's going to take her shot second. Back to third is Kiki Love, moving into fourth now, Princess Tenko, dropping back Party Favor and Shiloh at the back. 1/4 mile from home, the 2 favorites have it to themselves. Flakes has been rolling so far. She's got the fresh legs of Amonra to deal with. 1/8 of a mile to go, and on the outside, Amonra tries to track down Flakes, and Amonra is powered forward. Flakes is second, and she can do nothing about it as Amonra has the lead, and she'll win going away. Amonra, Leonel Reyes for Safi Joseph Jr., 2.5 in front. Flakes is second, close then for third. Kiki Love or her stablemate Princess Tenko, who was charging hard in 137-1.
All right. Well, that was Captain Obvious there.
Yep.
All right.
That
What do we
was,
got
but,
next?
you know, that horse might be one to keep an eye on because it just beat a horse that finished in the money at the Gulfstream Oaks.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a good
And-
note.
Yeah, I think that's worth a note.
All right. What do you say we go 8 more minutes here, and we got to hear Matt call the Dick Best horse.
Yes, we cannot let Matt off that.
You may want to put the audio on as he gets close to post there. He likes to talk about
At
the
rail,
horses.
Princess Baby, and then
I
comes
put
Slam.
Anita on for some reason.
By a
No,
length.
we
Didn't show any
cannot.
speed that day. Rolled late, finished ahead of a next out winner, Easy Guess. He ran third that day. Echo Alpha 6 on the Tapeta. Even though this horse
Choose
has
the
never
winner, Amonra,
raced
for
on
his
this
second.
synthetic
Flakes,
surface
photo
here
for
at Golden
third.
Gate, he had a
You know,
stint at Presque
one of
Isle
these
Downs for a
times,
while. That's
Chris,
over
I'm
in
gonna learn
Pennsylvania, and they have a synthetic surface
not
there.
leave
And
the
this horse
sound
won
on.
2 times over that track with 4 seconds.
Yeah,
and 2
you may
thirds.
have
So
to
we know this horse can be effective on
tag
synthetics as
team that
well.
next time.
He's not one that really showed speed in any of his sprint races. He's going to be coming from off the pace today. We've got a good rider aboard here, and Frank Alvarado, and that's number 5, Echo Alpha 6. I am going to try to beat this horse today altogether. I'm going to use the locals here that have races over this track in particular, and the fact that you've got some horses in here that are going to be really fit. Dick Best is one of them with that favorite angle in mind, cutting back from a route to a sprint. This horse tried routing last time out. He stalked the pace. The pace was pretty fast, and he faded down the lane. He's now in for $4,000, the same condition he was at routing. The 2-back effort we saw from him in an on-2 lifetime race, he stalked the pace in 1. He was all out to do it. But what I liked about the race is he
You're
didn't
right back.
break well. He sort of leapt at the
no problem.
start, and he hopped in the air, I guess. Yeah, it says it right here, broke in the air. So he hopped. He had to rush up to stalk the pace. The pace was not fast, so that probably helped him more than anything. And he was able to win by a half length. But he was much the best that day. That's Dick Best, 2-1. I'm going to make him the pick, cutting back in distance. First off the claim for the Ruby Thomas barn, and Ruby is 2 for 9 first off the claim. Number 3, Hawk Hill, in for 4,000, coming out of restricted 5N2X races. He comes off a third-place finish, was nowhere to be found at the line, stalked the pace and ran third, but he was well beaten about 7 lengths. Harbor Sky, though, he ran second. He came right back to romp in his next start last weekend. So Hawk Hill, at least he finished behind the next out winner. Jesus Ramos trains the son of DeCarchi with your leading rider, Asael Espinoza, aboard. And this horse here could have a say in the outcome late. He's currently on the board 7-1. I think he's an interesting price horse in this race. Number 6, he's a price horse as well for me. Even though it looks like he's better sprinting, this horse is coming out of a really good race. I know he was in for 4,000 last time out, but this last race that he comes out of, the horses in it are many lengths better than the horses in this race. And I've talked about it before. That's why it can be very important if you're somebody who watches racetracks and certain circuits to know your horses, because you could look at certain conditions and say, well, you look at who ran in this race, then a few weeks later at the same condition, you get these horses in this race, and you can compare which race is stronger, because not every $4,000 claiming condition is the exact same in terms of strength. And you look at who this horse lost to last time out. Lux Royal Flush, who was coming out of 12-5 races. Stretch Run, who was a next out winner. He's a horse that's earned in the mid-80 buyers. And El Charo Champ. If El Charo Champ was in this race, he would 100% be favored. And this horse comes out of a race in which Stretch Run and El Charo Champ both came back to win their next starts. I said it about this race, I think last week or the week before. That's the strongest $4,000 claiming race I've ever seen at Golden Gate Fields. That's not an exaggeration. That was a much better group than a $4,000 condition when you look at who was in it. And Oz sitting at 9-1. I'm hoping that this horse can run on and get peace here. I don't trust him to win necessarily, but he comes out of a strong race. His 2-back effort at this level, which is very much comparable to the type of field he finds here.
And a lot of these tracks,
fine, and I think he fits at this level. Those are his last 2 races sprinting. Interestingly enough, before those
what they're planning to do at Belmont, but it's not that synthetic right now is replacing dirt tracks. A lot of places, what it's doing is also going in and taking a lot of turf races off that they just don't run anymore, or taking space so that you have very narrow turf courses, like the situation at Gulfstream. And I'd rather see them have a dirt-like track, whether it be synthetic or dirt, and an actual turf course.
All right, we're back. The gentleman is here to fix my garage door.
And you had to tell him you have to hear Matt Dinnerman call a race with a guy named Dick Best in it, or a horse named Dick Best in it, before you can help him.
I do. I do.
Yeah, so, Scott was asking about, will we ever see a synthetic track at Churchill? And my answer was, I hope not, because recently the synthetic tracks have been coming not at the expense of dirt racing, but at the expense of turf racing.
Correct.
And, I said the same thing about why I'm not a fan of the Belmont plan. And that's that it's going to eliminate a lot of turf racing by putting that synthetic track in there. And you're going to end up with a ridiculous turf track like you have at Gulfstream.
It is going to impact the way that the turf course plays, for sure. Because we saw the same thing at, but everything's going to Belmont. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be.
Next time Manny Franco jumps off at Aqueduct, there'll be no other horses there.
No, and it'll be coming soon.
Yep. But it's the continuing elimination of overall elimination of tracks. If Laurel closes and there's only one track in Maryland, and they're gonna go to one track in New York City.
Yeah, Belmont's going to get all screwed up. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And, you look at, there was a bill, I don't know if it's still out there in Georgia, where they're trying to legalize horse racing and build 3 tracks.
In Georgia?
In Georgia, yeah.
Hmm.
And I was sitting in Georgia on my way back with my son with Spires out, and I could not use it or even watch a race because you can't do anything related to horse racing in Georgia right now.
That'll be interesting to see how Georgia breds come up with.
And the red light is now flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Field as the
For
runners
GSR.
have made their way towards the gate for the second race. Hawk Hill in the black jacket coming up first.
All right,
Safe
Matt, don't screw this
Combination will
up.
be next. Echo Alpha 6, post 5. Waiting for Echo Alpha 6.
It's usually what you are waiting
To the outside post.
for. Ah.
Arg.
More
Arg.
runners to load, broken finger. and
When is
Dick
Talk Like a
Best.
Pirate Day?
I don't know.
Here's Dick Best. Dick Best is it. And Laroff. Good beginning from Dick Best, who strides to the lead and clears off up top from Hawk Hill, who takes the second spot. Broken finger back in third ahead of Echo Alpha 6. At the rear with Safe Combination. Dick Best with everything his own way on the lead, just coasting along on a length and a quarter advantage. Hawk Hill on his tail second. Broken finger to the inside in the red jacket third with a half-mile left. Echo Alpha 6 now in the fourth position. He's 2.5 lengths off the lead. A length to Safe Combination, who races at the back with into the turn, where Dick Best is
It's a
still
pretty
on top with 3
strong
furlongs
pace.
to go. The margin's a half length. Hawk Hill a lot closer now in second as he turns up the pressure on the leader. Safe Combination
Hawk
in the
Hill.
2-path comes to split horses as Broken Finger weakens at the rail. Echo Alpha 6 sent along, and on the far outside, Oz caught deep at the top of the lane, where Dick Best comes off the turn is still clear. Dick Best puts about 2 lengths on Hawk Hill. Looks like he can't keep up. Far outside is Echo Alpha 6 trying to mount a late charge, but with a 16th to go, Dick Best has opened up 2.5 lengths now, and it's going to be Dick Best, gate to wire. The early double goes to jockey Evan Roman. Hawk Hill second, Safe Combination gets third, and Broken Finger rallies up for the fourth spot.
Let me leave you with my favorite pirate joke, because it also fits into this. So, pirate walks into a bar with a steering wheel in his pants. It's not a dirty joke either. The bartender asks, "Hey, what's up with the steering wheel?" Pirate goes, "Ye be driving me
Number
nuts."
2, Dick Best was first. Second, number 3, Hawk Hill. Third, number 4, Safe Combination. Photo finish for fourth.
That sounds like a good place
stand
to
by until the photos for fourth have been posted and the races declared
leave it for
fifth.
today.
All right. A lot of fun. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Look forward to next week. Justin will be back. We may be doing a show on waiting to hear, but we may be doing a show on Monday as well for the Santa Anita mandatory. But everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Chris, thank you for flying back to Florida just to do the show. And I hope everything gets fixed quickly with your garage door and you're back
Running
out
fourth
in
was number 1, Broken Finger. 2, 3,
in
4,
California.
1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Your top 4 finishers in the
No,
second
the
race.
next place to go
Where's
is
the next
Portland, Oregon. We'll be there, probably leave on Monday.
Very nice.
So
Well,
thank you all
enjoy
for tuning
Portland.
in. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Dick Best, for at least giving me a winner at the end.
All right, and for
All right,
getting
guys.
you the laughs from Matt. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. Have a good one, folks. Thanks.